Well, hey, guys.
Well, hey.
What's up?
Buddy.
I am back from the convention. I am not sick as a dog. I also saw some Matt Ryan, the actor who played John Constantine in the series.
Nice.
I got to have a chat with him. By chat, I meant I got to. Oh, cool! The recording just decided it wanted to give me the stop. It didn't stop recording, so we're gonna keep going. All of the notifications just popped up right now. Super job, Skype. Way to fuck things up. Welcome to the RNGCast, everybody. By talk to him, I got to yell as loud as I could. Oh my god, I fucking love I love Constantine. Bring it back. And then he yelled, and I quote, "I'm on Legends of Tomorrow." Which is a good way to respond to that, to someone yelling that.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. I'm on Legends of Tomorrow, mate. Oh, okay. I'll watch it now.
I started to watch that, but I just couldn't really get into it.
I find it at least find it interesting, like the choices of characters they have in that whole thing. Because I mean, it looks like Firestorm, and okay, that's honestly the only person I recognize just from the image. But I mean, it's got Firestorm, and I mean, good lord, we haven't seen him since the Super Friends.
It's got Firestorm, Captain Cold, the heat gun.
Oh my
guy.
God, that's a deep cut.
Adam.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It was a Black Canary. Was she in it?
White Canary.
White Canary.
Yeah, she's in it. And now John Constantine. I think I'm missing like one or two more.
Probably, but
they do also love adding characters to DC shows, right?
I mean, it kind of sounds like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of shows.
Well,
really
started with the Flash and Arrow, and then they kind of split it off there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but now I like it.
Firestorm was on Flash, if I remember right.
Oh, okay. I haven't caught up. I haven't seen much of the DC live action series, but I mean, I hear a lot of good things about them. It's just
they're not bad. They just go to. I guess the way to put them would be like too teen, like too teeny bopper. Oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, you don't love me. Type things. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But BurningWing
yes.
0 from many Discords, especially our Discord. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, BurningWing 0, possibly one of our longest running listeners, one of indeed.
I believe I've been here for every episode.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I was just about to say you're also one of the few people that I definitely told in person. It's like, hey, Burning, we got this podcast thing. It'd be nice if you gave it a listen.
Yep. Yeah. I needed something to kill my day, so okay. I was like, I'll give it a try.
And by in person, of course, I mean party chat, but neither here nor there. But yeah, so
we decided it's about time to bring you on. It's only been this is episode 104. It's only been 104 episodes of you listening to us every week and making fun of us.
2 years?
2 years. Oh, yeah. Damn near 2 years.
104.
2 years to get me on, and it took you 3 episodes to get Vinegar Float on. So messed up.
Hey, man. Better late than never, right?
True.
All you had to do was ask. I mean,
yeah, really. That's what we tell everyone. All you have to do, if you want to be on the show and talk to us for 3 hours, all you have to do is ask us, and we'll say yeah.
If you want to be on sooner than a 4-month period, then ask. I mean, if you've got opinions you want to be on, it's like, we're here for you.
Well, just used to talking to you on PSN, so most of the time I just tell you whatever I needed to then.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. That's true. I mean, like I said, you've been a source of direct and live critique and commentary.
Also, great deals.
Yeah.
Yes, we have an entire channel dedicated to burning and him being capable of finding these really awesome deals.
I got my work headphones because of you.
Nice.
Which ones were they? The wireless earbuds that you posted like 2 months, 3 months ago. I don't recall. I looked at them and I said, "Oh, I need new ones." I think you might have mentioned them to me directly. Like, hey, I use these, the skull candies.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I love them. They
can't go wrong with skull candy.
And they don't if you have them in your ears for too long, headphones in your ears for too long, they your ear hurts for some weird reason. They don't hurt, so I'm like, oh, thank you so much.
What are they? If you don't mind me asking, the wireless.
How are they?
What are they?
The wireless. They're Bluetooth. The wireless Bluetooth earbuds.
They have a name. You know what it is.
I don't freaking know. Des, I've been.
Come on, it could be inked. It could be smoking buds. I mean, they have
I want to say it was the smoking buds, but I could be wrong.
Because I have a pair of the inked wireless.
Hold on.
But if I'm not mistaken, there's actually very little difference between the inked wireless and the smoking buds because they both have that kind of the angle to them.
Yeah, they just kind of fit perfectly in the left and the right.
Yeah, they're the smoking buds. Smoking buds wireless, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm sorry. I've been up since 5 a.m. I had to put makeup on. It was just a weird day for me. But a fun day. I got to meet, like I said, I got to meet John Constantine and say, I love your show, and then get embarrassed when he said, I'm on another show. But, how have you guys been? What have you guys been up to? How's Destiny treating you? Des, I know we have some stuff to talk about Destiny-wise, I think. Thank you, TWAB.
You think?
I think.
There's just a little bit in there.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Which, I mean, all right, this is another one of those weeks that I completely forgot to read the TWAB also, so...
Oh, well, we'll find out together, won't we?
Yeah, live reaction here. But I did notice, I did see the... Because I guess one of the prime focus of this TWAB is the fact that they have updated the roadmap.
Yeah.
And in the fact that they updated the roadmap that in 10 days from the time of this recording, we're getting another small but hefty update. And I say small but hefty because there's only 3 things listed to come in this update coming in 10 days.
But oh boy.
But these things
are important.
Oh, they are super drastically, massively important. Faction rally improvements are coming. And through updating the Featherstone, which actually hilarious we have you on Burning because you're one of the driving sources of my punny names for the spreadsheet. I forgot. I wanted to say it was actually you and Holden.
I think it was actually co-founder who started calling it the Burp.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying originally because I kept mentioning story time with the Raven. It's way back when I first joined Derp, and I kept mentioning the spreadsheet that I have, and I think it was you and Holden. They were like, "Well, why don't you just put it out?" And it's okay.
Yeah,
that started that tradition.
Yeah, that's where I go now if I need to know anything about a weapon.
Oh,
I go right to Twitter, go to profile, and pull it up.
Yeah. So the fact that as I've been updating that, which is completed and done, and a new link is pinned to the profile. So I think Rathos won that over under by having faith in me, saying I could do it. Which kind of surprised me, but I was going to fail utterly, but then I think Thursday and Friday, I just decided, you know what, I need to finish this. All right, let's do it.
Fuck it, I'm going to take a couple Adderalls, I'm going to drink a Red Bull, I'm going to get to work.
So yeah, and I believe I've pinpointed the new faction weapons, and their color schemes are super duper weird. I mean, we're talking like bright red and yellow, possibly for New Monarchy. Yeah, like, whew, that's some stuff right there. And then they've got these weapons. Like I said, nothing's like overly. There's no like quotes from the leaders like in previous faction rally weapons. There's like none of that. But there's just certain like things. Because like I said, there's a bunch of weapons that have similar color patterns. Like I said, red and yellow, and some really weird weapon names too. An SMG called the Beidenhander. Badenhander, maybe. Pardon that, because that's language I don't know. Sounds Germanish, like Germanic. And then a rocket launcher called the Broadsword Launcher.
That sounds very... Yeah, is that for New Monarchy?
Yeah, and the Jian 7 rifle, which I don't get that one either.
I don't understand. Hold on. The Jian 7?
Yeah, Jian 7 rifle. That's actually the name that's listed in the database is Jian 7 rifle.
Okay.
So, very strangeness happening in there. There's some blue and white weapons that are possibly future war cult, even though one of them is called as a rocket launcher called the Pit Launcher. I don't understand.
Did the faction leaders take a bunch of acid?
I know,
this time
right?
Around? Like,
and then we have like these black and white weapons with this really weird lime green accents. Yeah, lime green. And of course some like green, silver, and tannish weapons, which I'm guessing is banner related. But like I said, these names are, they are something else. That's for sure. But anywho, where did I put that? There we go. So faction rally improvements are coming May 29th, which if I was a betting man, I would bet that's when faction rallies are coming. Is May 29th.
Good over-under on that one.
Yeah, I mean...
Why would they improve faction rallies without doing faction rallies?
I know, right? Exotic armor sandbox changes will be coming in that same update, so our exotic armors will change.
Fucking
Thank you, Bungie.
Oh, thank God.
I'm actually hoping some of the newer, like the spithes for the hunters that I mentioned last week, I'm hoping they immediately get changed, because it's literally just gunslinger hunters that get an extra melee, and that just sounds super weird. But, you know, that's how it is. And Crucible Labs. But Raven, what's Crucible Labs?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you say Crucible Labs?
Crucible Labs, and this answer is actually this was actually answered on Twitter very shortly after they released the development roadmap. The idea of Crucible Labs is literally what probably 90% of the vocal minority have been, or just pretty much anyone on Twitter, including myself, have been asking for, and this is like a PTS. Crucible Labs is going to be a playlist where they're shooting to basically update it with experimental changes to the Crucible.
Shit, yes.
So that way you can try it out and give them direct feedback on how this stuff feels. And that's the idea behind Crucible Labs. And it sounds amazing. Just the fact that they found a way to give console, we're getting a PTS basically for consoles, is what it sounds like. And that's like kind of unheard of and ridiculous. But at the same time, they're going to be able to, it'll give them we become quality assurance at that point in time. You know, if there's something bugged out or something really weird, it becomes the people that use the Crucible Labs, it kind of becomes somewhat your responsibility to to tell them that, hey, this is wrong. Because if you don't tell them, well, then you shouldn't be blaming them for putting out buggy content if you saw it. That's kind of how this works. It's a give and take. But so Crucible Labs. is a thing. It's a big thing. It's a huge thing. Like I said, this next update is only like 3 things listed, but that makes it ginormous. It is probably more important than even the Go Fast update because of this. Just for the future of this game, this is possibly the most important update in D2.
Did you talk about whether it was going to be PC only or console also?
Not as far as I know. I don't think it's going to be PC only because I haven't heard about any kind of restrictions about that. And I did kind of follow that line on Twitter. And of course, I daily check out Ramshackle's roundups. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that because, like I said, if they do bring it over to console, it's going to be massive. Just to be capable of having a PTS for console.
That sounds awesome.
Yes, it does. And of course, July hasn't changed much. The update there. They have more exotic armor sandbox changes they have listed. Whatever that means. PC Clan text chat will be coming. The raid layers will get their prestige in July. So that's the thing. Bounties, still no, as far as I know, still, unless it's, somewhere in the TWAB that I still haven't read. And they announced a new event for the summer called the Solstice of Heroes, a new seasonal event, which is pretty cool that we're finally actually getting an official summer event. Mm-hmm. Because I think the closest we came was in Rise of Iron for Age of Triumphs, basically, sort of. I mean, it's the first time we had like a named content update in the summer.
More spring still.
Was it?
I think. Yeah.
Either way. But yeah, we're definitely getting a summer seasonal event, which is super awesome. Can't wait to see what the Solstice of Heroes is all about. And then nothing has changed as of the Year 2 Season 1 September update. So that is the new roadmap.
Did you get the Year 1 triumphs?
I skipped over that, but I read it and looked at it, and I mentioned Solstice of Heroes. But yes, Year 1 triumphs also in July. So yeah, we're definitely getting the, I guess, I would say record book, but I guess they're not doing that. As we take a nice little pause to make sure we're not having technical difficulties. Oh no. We may have lost Buster for a hot second, but that's okay.
We can get into this.
Yeah. So
of the September, whatever you want to call them on the roadmap here, any of those really strike your fancy?
No.
No? I thought as a more MMO player, like Gear, I thought the Gear collection would strike your fancy as a possible put them together and make you stronger.
Yeah, I mean, that's could be, but like I said, most likely it's like the kiosks used to be. What scares me is weapon slot changes and weapon randomization. Mm-hmm. I really hope, because I mean, there's been like some teases and such from, like I said, there was one guy that's like, yeah, we saw this and it's not like D1, but it looks really cool. And it's like, that gives me some hope, but I don't know.
My hope is they don't do 4 weapon slots. The 3 seems almost perfect.
Yeah, no, like I said, I really like this system, and it's going to be really sad if they're changing it.
Yeah.
I mean, but, c'est la vie. So yeah, alright, so I guess moving on to TWAB proper. Oh, and they do mention in the coming weeks, which there's literally only like 2, from this update, like 2 more TWABs. They're going to be talking about like faction rallies and shed more light on what Crucible Labs are. So chances are next week is going to be Crucible Labs, and then next week will be faction rallies. Again, just my thinking.
Next week is Iron Banner.
No, I mean for what they're talking about.
Oh.
TWAB.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Because I'm about gonna bet they're gonna wait at least for around the drop before they talk about faction rallies.
Yeah.
And then like give like, but like I said, that's neither here nor there. So it seems they're talking like I said. This first thing is it seems to be talking about progression, which my god, has that grinded to a freaking halt. Which I don't really mind it so much.
Forever 29.
Not really. I mean, there's some. I mean, it's like we went from like Olympic jumpers to baby steps. It's kind of what it feels like. But I mean, there's still progression, and you can still see it. It just, in order to really see it, you need those powerful rewards and like raid drops to be able to actually see the progress start going.
The raid is the biggest thing right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, considering, like I said, for all those that don't know, again, Bungie mentioned they're not ramping up the difficulty of the raid or the raid layer, but they'll be dropping essentially powerful rewards every drop. So, and even Dado in one of his videos made mention it's like a really good way if you're like really looking to make the most out of progression, and is like a really sound thing, is actually if you're a prestige raider, run normal and prestige separately. So that way you're getting highlight rewards in the normal run, and those amp up your power level just a little more. And then when you do prestige, you're actually amping it up just a little more, rather than you're having 2 drops that are dropping at the same power level. So there's a little tidbit for all you raiders out there.
Also your underbelly, because each of those chests also provide a powerful reward.
And a good chance at an exotic anagram, so.
Yeah.
But, okay, actually, as I'm glancing over this, apparently things are not quite working out as intended in their progression. And the fact that there's a brick wall players seem to be running into at 345, which is roughly around where my hunter brick walled, so I'd say that's fair. Once milestones
are around 349.
Yeah. Let's see, the upgrades, quality rewards. So apparently this is something they're still going to be working on. And of course,
good.
Oh no, you can go ahead. I was
some of the proposed changes to strikes are really interesting.
Yeah, and I skipped. Oh, okay, here we go.
Well, that's actually useful.
See. Okay. So yeah, coming in the May 29th update, there's these changes coming to Strags. Escalation Protocol key fragments, which are the Rasputin fragments, Buster, that you asked me about.
Okay.
That I did not know. I did learn more about those, and those are necessary for to open the level 7 chest at the end of an escalation protocol. So apparently you can only have one encrypted cache key from Rasputin key fragments. Oh. You can only make one a week per account? ? And yeah, that's what they're for. You need 7 key fragments to make a encrypted cache key. So that way, when you finally can reach level 7 and beat it, you can open the chest. So these are kind of the skeleton keys, basically.
Okay.
Sort of. Or the keys from Prison of Elders. So, and they're giving these key fragments 100% drop rate from heroic strikes, which is nice.
Wow.
Yeah, because they want to make, because right now the best way, because like if you clear a Prestige Nightfall, you can get 7 key fragments. So you get a free key by doing the Prestige Nightfall. And you get like 3 key fragments from doing a regular Nightfall, then the possibility of getting 1 from a Heroic Strike. So they are changing this, that Heroic Strikes will always give you 1. And the goal here is to make getting these fragments more accessible while also preserving the need to go play non-open world content to get the fragments. And they are, okay, here's, Heroics will be able to drop better rewards. Every 3 to 5 Heroic Strikes will drop a legendary that can carry you up to 360 power. This should better align the reward, because that is a thing, because I mean, Heroic Strikes, and when you're under level, they're freaking tough.
Yeah, they are.
Like, not impossible, but good God, are they tough. Like, they're actually, if I'm, at or under level, it's like, and there's a certain strike, it's like, it's Arc Singe, and here's a Fallen Strike. Mm-hmm. Nope. I'm open out of that.
Oh, you're telling me it's Arc Singed and, what is it, Heavy? Not Heavy, the one that they don't stagger.
Blackout.
Oh, yeah. Or no, the Nightmare that was, the Arms Dealer Strike that was like Arc Singe and Blackout with the boss that invis melees you out of nowhere. That's been reported. No, not Arms Dealer. Yeah, it was Exodus down. My bad. Either way, the big Randall, the Vandal, Randall's big brother.
Oh yeah, Exodus down. That strike is a nightmare, dude.
It was like, I think it was like Arc Singe, and one day it was like Blackout, and then this boss Brawler. That's freaking invisible. It's like,
that's a straight nope every time that one.
Yeah, that's a big old nope.
Yeah, exactly. It's So yeah, I find myself like, I actually told someone I cannot wait to hit a higher power, just so I can like not worry about heroics again. That would be nice. They also have a little Q&A with PvP design lead Derek Carroll, which I am not going completely over this. Maybe he pretty much answers some some pretty nifty questions, but like I said, I'm not going completely through that because that would just be a lot of moments of silence from me, and that does not make. That's what in radio we call dead air.
Yeah, we don't want
dead air's not good.
We don't like when Raven stops talking, even though my mic just somehow came unplugged, even though it was fully plugged the fuck in. I don't understand this.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are complaining about the solo versus 4-stack matchmaking.
Well, didn't they like just recently?
Yeah, they just turned it back on Tuesday, I think, because it was disabled when Warmind launched because there was a bug.
Yeah.
Then they re-enabled it, I think, Tuesday. But in here, one of the questions is, why won't you make a solo queue playlist? And basically, it's we don't want to split the population.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it is something they did in D1, but again, I mean, in D1, we had some extraordinarily low population playlist. Like, during like Rise of Iron, good luck queuing up for Rift. Just good luck. You were going to sit there forever. If you wanted a game, it pretty much had to be like Controller Clash, like to get a good queue time. Mm-hmm. So that's fair that they want to keep that streamlined.
Yeah, I just like that they actually just came out and said, this is why we're not going to do it
exactly
right now.
Yeah. It's like they may look into it, like things may change, but for right now, this is how it is. Suck it up and play against some stacks every now and again. Because I don't even pay attention to who I'm playing against.
I don't either.
Because I can't remember where the advice comes from, but I'm wanting to say it was like one of those Crucible Radio guys. Or it might have been King Koala. I can't remember. But it's like as soon as you go... It's just been so long since I heard this advice, but as soon as you're inspecting the other team, you're pretty much like already making excuses of why you lost.
That was Keen.
That was Keen? Okay.
Yeah, that was Keen. It sounds like a very King Koala statement.
It does. It does.
pretty sure he said it on RNGCast first time he came on, and then he said it on Principal Radio a couple of times.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it was a while back.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but that is advice. Like I said, I couldn't remember where it was from, but I do remember that advice, and it's something that's like, I don't bother. Like, if the other side is playing very well, I'll look because I'm curious, but otherwise I just play. And, I mean, that's me. Mm-hmm. And Lord knows we've already figured out I'm a little weird.
Yeah, you've talked to me for over 2 years.
I know, right? What is wrong with me?
Seems like I understand
it. So yeah, Iron Banner. Lord Saladin is coming back the 22nd. Oh, it's going to end the 29th. So when it ends, the update will be ready. Mm-hmm. Like I said, still betting that Faction Round is coming back at that point in time. Anyway, the game is Control. Again, I don't know. They said the foreseeable future is going to be Control, so I don't know why they're listing it, but fair enough.
Because people have a short memory.
That is true. Take me for an example.
Same.
Yeah. It does look like they are bringing in the seasonal thing to Iron Banner, which so far I'm still not really, still haven't really grinded things to be able to get a feel for the whole seasonal, like the seasonal PvE, Zavala's, the whole seasonal, the fact that, you know, at certain ranks you unlock things. And I do know that these seasonal ranks are account-wide. They are not player-specific. So if you are seasonal Vanguard Tactician rank 3, that is for your entire account, regardless of whatever your individual characters are. And I only know this because I hit rank 2 on my Hunter, and I checked it on my Warlock, and I was still rank 2, and hit rank 3 on my Warlock, and my Hunter was actually rank 3, and, you know, boring details. Yep, okay. See, if I would have read the TWAB, I would have found out sooner that these 10 and green weapons are definitely Banner. Because that new Viced auto rifle is called the Dark Decider. Actually, I may have gotten that rocket launcher wrong, because I think that's Shining Sphere. Ah, fair enough. Let me see, where's that? So that hand cannon is called Finite Impactor. Sidearm is called Allied Demand. These are all things, like I said, you can look up. SMG is Multi-Mach CCX, and that sniper is Occluded Finality. For those of you actually looking, and I might have actually gotten that rocket launcher wrong. Yeah, because that might be Shining Sphere, which I thought was Dead Orbit. Of course, it's understandable, because it doesn't really have as much of the green in it as the others.
Shining just doesn't sound like Dead Orbit.
That's true. I mean, like I said, a lot of the names of this new stuff are just really weird. And oh my god, yep, and of course they have a preview of the new ornaments.
Yeah, brother.
I'm getting Shredder, the Warlock.
I know, right? Oh, yeah, like Medieval Knight, whatever the crap the Hunter's supposed to be, and yeah, Shredder.
The Hunter kind of looks like dragon themed almost.
I don't know. It's definitely like a cross between like Bandit and Scale Mail, for sure. Which is definitely old D&D talking there. So yeah, and they talk a whole bunch about the companion app. I'm going to have to read this later because this is a freaking paragraph about the companion app. What the crap is going on with the companion app? Burning, do you know?
They're moving some of the UI and features to make them more streamlined for people. Nice. Surprisingly, people still don't know about Ishtar Commander or Dim or Tower Ghost.
Well, those people are people that don't listen to our show.
True. Which dishes?
Oh, you don't have to do that. Oh. Anyway. So yeah, a bunch of crap coming to the companion app. Fair enough. I mean, that, and besides, you know, like, designers going to do a better job You just know it as well as Dim.
Killing it with
He
star.
Like because I am using Dim like sometimes a little more for certain situations. I mean, it's pretty much still a split for me, but for just moving things and like basic functionality and not like I pretty much use Dim when I'm like clearing out the vault, like looking for I need the Dim item search feature. It's just pivotal for me when cleaning out the vaults. Like IS hand cannons was all the hand cannons I have. IS dupe, what are all the duplicates I have? So that way I can just cull them out. So if I'm not doing that, I'm on my phone. I'm on a Star Commander. It's just super fast, sweet, simple. And they're talking about Destiny Hotfix 1.2.0.2, which was uploaded recently. Such as, and of course the more like known issues is Heroic Strike progress still. Clan XP milestones and powerful gear. Which this is a big PSA. Because I actually forgot and did this myself. Because I earned a clan engram. A clan engram for RNG. That's right. We're back. Anyway, that quick plug-in for that. If you need a clan, I mean, we're here for you. If not, me and Buster will hold it down.
We're still here for you, though.
Like other situations, but like I said, we're open. We're here for you if you need us. Like I said, if not, that's cool. We still love you. We might love you just a smidge more in RNG, but so when you earn your clan XP and you go to collect it, it's not actually powerful gear. It's giving you on par with a legendary engram. So, but I do believe... players can work around this issue by completing the Clan XP milestone and then waiting for the next weekly reset to pass. After the next week starts, the previous week's milestone will auto-decrypt and correctly award powerful gear. So get your Clan XP and ignore Hawthorne. Just utterly. Let her blink. I know it's awful to see that waypoint to go towards her. I know it's torture. Just leave her alone. She has problems with Lewis right now. She needs her space.
Lewis has the bird flu.
And of course, just in case you didn't know also, clan engrams themselves are no longer really power progression. They'll get you to 340, and that's about it. And the fact that you can no longer get Raid and Trials gear from clan engrams. We covered this, but remember, people. So that's a thing.
It's a good thing, in my opinion.
Yes, I do like that. I mean, I kind of thought on one end, like the people that thought giving the raid stuff to people through engrams, like people that had a problem with that were a little stuck up about it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I still do see it's like raids were as envisioned, as they even mentioned in some of the early Vidocs. It's like, this person did the raid. You can just look at his gear and know that person knows the raid. He's got all the raid gear on. It wasn't true for a while. Because you can have at least raid weapons and never have touched the raid. So, I mean, raid armor would become that indicator, but then again, at least for hunters, it was mobile, it was awful. Why would you ever have worn it before Masterworks and the raid mods? You shouldn't have done it. Lord knows I didn't. So that's the thing.
I've kind of flip-flopped on the whole thing. Like, I liked it when it first was announced. And having been in Derp Fam and that big old clan, we've come into some problems of people just joining because that's all they want is the room, nothing else.
Exactly.
You send them invites, messages, everything.
Yeah, and they just ignore you because they're just logging in to get their engram, which I mean, that's totally, because once they made this change, it's definitely something I thought it's like, now smaller clans have capability of thriving in this environment because there's no real... I mean, come on, well, as soon as you booted up Warmind, if you were anywhere near max light, you're hitting 340 in day one. Like, pretty much guaranteed. It was going to happen. Even if you go... As long as you could basically complete the campaign, you were like 338, 339 at a minimum. So, the 340 power grind for existing players, non-existent. So, I mean, these engrams for that are worthless. And, because they basically kind of act like blues, don't they? Where they give, like, either similar or lower power. Like, if you hit after 340?
340, they were capped at 340. Like, I don't think they dropped below that.
Okay.
Max will do is 340.
Okay, that's pretty fair. But at the same time, like I said, it makes it to where, there's no free loot for being in a big clan, essentially. Which I do love that aspect, and that's amazing. So also another news, which I'm not sure we covered, world's first Regic's Claymore in like 12 hours, 39 straight wins or 38 straight wins, like
86 and 0.
86 and 0, dude.
86 and 0. It's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I knew it was going to be a streamer, of course, that got the first Regic's. But that dude's got to be a beast.
Was he a streamer?
With a beast team.
I mean, that's true, too.
He didn't have a team. He brought in random... I mean, they were his friends, but it wasn't a solid team that went all the way. He changed them out.
But yeah, I mean, isn't he a streamer? I thought I recognized the name, but I
didn't think so.
I could be wrong about that too. I mean,
I've been wrong before.
But yeah, either way, that dude's got. I mean, bravo. Because I could have sworn, like, the first time I saw, world's first Regic's Claymore, I figured it's like, no life douchebag. But, like, bravo. Like, holy crap. To go through that and just, oh my God, like 12 hours, man. Whew.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah. Ridiculous. And now you know, if you were in that, like, first 16-hour period of Warmind and you actually got killed by Regic's Claymore, feel honored, because it was probably by that guy. So yeah, that's the TWAB. Twibbity TWAB.
The next video after World's First is actually the Regic's.
Oh, that is the Regic's?
If I remember right, yeah.
Oh, nice. So yeah. Oh, and of course, actually the results of the DCP versus Bungie stream, which I thought was pretty cool that they actually did that. Bungie, that is. I also thought it was hilarious that Holtzman played for the Bungie team.
Apparently he was not family friendly.
Of course, I mean, it's Holtzman, come on.
Exactly.
Come on. It was rough. It was, I mean, back when he was on Planet Destiny, it was rough, like, reining him in the air. So, I mean, come on. But yeah, so, I mean, that was really cool. Also, shout-outs to, of course, Holtzman. Oh, my God, what's her name?
Miss 5000 Watts.
No, not her. The other, because there was a Holtzman, our boy Mercules, and Person. I can't remember her name to save my life. The third member of the new play team.
It's a friend of Merc's.
You would think we'd have this readily available, but we don't.
Because that requires preparing.
We have like a thing in our hands that could pick it up.
I mean, like show notes. Oh no, you're talking about Google. Oh, yeah, best friend Google knows, but yeah, that's that. Yeah, either way, massive congratulations to those, because, I mean, at least for Merc, I mean, that's...
Spot the Striker.
Oh, yeah, Spot the Striker. That's right. I knew it had something to do with... I knew Striker was in there, but I didn't know exactly where. But yeah, especially like following Merc on like Twitter and things. I mean, he's got a lot of like really cool ideas about things. Mm-hmm. Most of which I do agree with, some of which I don't. But you know, those are opinions. People are allowed to have differing views.
No,
But
my opinion.
Shut up. But yeah, so I mean, massive. I mean, just to come like from this community, and I mean, who knows? I mean, this could lead to something. I mean, Merc could be the next, you know, sandbox designer or whatever. I mean, it's possible because when you think about it, I mean, Luke Smith was Deej before Deej. Mm-hmm. He was like the community guy, and now he's friggin' Lord High Marshal of Destiny 2.
We can't go one fun fact, by the way. Carl Urban was at the Comic-Con.
Nice.
And I couldn't, you know, I didn't really pay extra just to meet him. I just kind of like scream things at celebrities, and hopefully they
notice.
Hopefully they notice. And as I walked by, I just screamed as loud as I can, "Take us to the threshold!" And he just looked up like he's never heard anybody randomly yell that to him. And I was like, "Yeah, buddy."
Well, then to be honest, if he has, it's been a few years.
It's true.
I'm about willing to bet.
I mean, true. I love that movie. I love it.
It had its parts. It was pretty cool. It wasn't awful. It wasn't an awful movie, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's the TWAB. Another news, like I mentioned, I think Rathos had complete faith that I would finish the things that I made mention I was going to possibly finish, and sure enough, I actually completed not only the update to the spreadsheet, but my new project.
I saw it, baby. I was waiting for you to bring it up. I love it.
This is something I've had in mind for a long time. And I don't know if this is because I have a spreadsheet that is effectively a weapon report card. Their final scores are literally called GPAs because there's I'm taking like, this is like formulaic. I had to calculate like, because I was going through like calculating like maximum stats, what's the highest, range, stability, handling, reload, whatever these weapons can get, like ranked them against other weapons in their slot. So this is like high impact kinetics or kinetic precision auto rifles against other kinetic precision auto rifles, and then energy precision auto rifles are, like I said, judged separately. To go in this, like I said, their maximum potentials are all divided into a score. Their base stats, because I do think that's another important facet, is what they are without any kind of modifications, is another like quarter of a score. Their hidden stats, aim assist, recoil, reserves, a whole different other quarter of the score with their perks or traits, making up this final like pie chart for GPA. So far, like at least from anecdotal experience, the weapons at the top of their class, which also calling it a report card allows me to do puns unintentionally like that. But yeah, the weapons at the top of their class are actually, at least for me, the weapons I really prefer using in these classes, like energy precision auto rifles, Sears 450 RPMs. Prosecutors up top, followed closely by the new Kibo, which Kibo is very nice. Also, I mean, feels super good. It might be my new favorite at 450, to be honest, in the energy slot. But yeah, and there's like special notes about like things that have like funky rounds, like armor piercing ricochet rounds. They actually do things. They change things in a way. Ricochet rounds by giving you a crap ton of range. And then, of course, high calibers and things like that. And like I said, every weapon type except for swords is done. I don't know if I'll ever do swords or not, but for now, I'm considering this a pretty done product. I might essentially write this up into like a document, to where it's like written up certain ways, like this weapon has this grade, has these good stats, and like that kind of crap. Mm-hmm. So there might be a further evolution of this, but yeah, this is it for now. Because holy crap, was this a lot of work? I mean, a lot of work.
I also like this. Let me just say, by the way, I'm super happy that you were like, oh, here you go, patrons on our Patreon that's on our Discord. You guys can look at this here first. And I'm like, I'm so happy he did this.
Yeah, I mean that's a small thing, a small token of appreciation I could do that. I realized, like, it's this thing. Also, shout-outs to Converse for helping me with, like, the grading system for the perks themselves, and, like, pretty much solidifying, like, scores and things for them, and, like, the tier list of the perks. And, of course, all of this, like, once released, is, like I said, the traits are kind of... I tried to keep it to a minimum that they were influenced by my personal opinion, but I'm still a person, so that's not going to be 100% possible.
Wait, you're not a robot?
Shh.
Is this
there? So yeah, but it is, like, as objective as I could be. Like I said, I did reach out to, like I said, Converse is, like, the person I know that can have... If there was anybody that could be more objective about these perks and traits than me, it would have been him. And that, just as in people I know, because I probably could have reached out to, like, Kit and Merc and them, but I mean, they're busy with their own crap, so yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing. It will be coming out. Like I said, I do have an intro page to it that hopefully explains things, because this is a convoluted mess of a system, because I wasn't originally planning on releasing the spreadsheet form of this. But I'm tired of looking at it, so this is the product for now. So yeah.
It looked fairly well put together as far as what I could tell.
This is honestly, I think, about a month in the making. I mean, you're seeing, like, the finished spreadsheet. I have, like, copies of spreadsheets to keep, like, their averages and adding those averages and making another page in a spreadsheet to calculate and add their maxes, which also the maxes are rough estimations. Because, like I said, I do mention this in the intro for the sheet. The stat maximums are my estimations of these maximums. I didn't actually go through, like, DIM and, like, go through, an API tool, essentially, to see these maximums. I found a rough language to the stat descriptions in D2, and I applied that. Most of the times when I check, I'm like 2 points of a stat off. And I thought that was a pretty good margin of error. So I went that way. This may not be 100% accurate. But again, I'm only human. But this is the best I can think, like, the best type of thing I can think of. So yeah. Like I said, I'll still have, the spreadsheet for, the basic average information, where you can find the weapons, at least as long as we know where they can be found from. And things of that nature. And then this will be a bit more of the comparison. Just for those curious. Definitely not for the casual. I'm going to use this gun in PvE. Go ahead. I mean, I can't stop you. I'm not telling you not to use it. But the guns, like I said, a lot of these guns that made top list, such as the new Braytech Winter Wolf and the kinetic.
I was going to ask you what the best kinetic auto rifle was, and then go, oh, it's probably the Winter Wolf, the one gun that fucking eludes me to this goddamn day.
Yeah, because as I came to find out, because you asked me if it was a thing that dropped, you get the possibility of a Braytech schematic from Sleeper Notes. But what it turns into is a Warmind engram, which is all 4 of the randomly possible to drop a Braytech / Arctic weapons. Mm-hmm. And you could have bad RNG like me and never get a Niflheim Frost. Because out of probably a dozen Warmind engrams, I still don't have a Niflheim Frost. I have 18 Kelvins and frigid jackals out my butthole.
Okay, at least I was like, dude, I had 19 Kelvins. I know the joke I just made unintentionally by saying 19, 18 Kelvins. I get it, but my God, I'm just can I just every time it drops, I'm like, yep, this will be the nope. I mean, that's literally how it goes. Yeah, this will be the tech. Nope.
Yeah, I was basically super fortunate to get my Winter Wolf because that was the only one I had to drop. Otherwise, it's freaking snipers and sidearms. I want to try out this Niflheim Frost because I hear it's amazing. I want it.
Is that the Pulse?
No, Niflheim's a scout rifle. It's a precision kinetic scout rifle. And again, top of its class. Sitting at a solid 3.72 GPA. Or 7.3 if you round up, but, whatever.
So do the sleeper nodes reset every reset?
I have yet to figure out what it is that gives you a schematic to give you access to a Warmind engram. It seems to be utterly RNG. It seems. Because I just don't know. But it doesn't matter if it's a new node or an old node. I do know that. Because I've gotten... there's actually one node. For some reason, it's just after the Rasputin model when you're going into the Mind Lab. Mm-hmm. That little section before the Mind Lab, where it's kind of like an outside section that goes into the inside section, then you got to slide through the tunnel. Mm-hmm. Well, out by those boxes is a sleeper node. That sleeper node, every time I've gotten it so far, which has been 2 or 3 times, every time I've opened that node, it's given me a schematic.
So maybe on every account there's a couple hot nodes.
Like I said, I do not pretend to know what the crap is going on with those, but as far as I can tell, it's RNG. Yeah, I'm still chasing after Niflheim. Yeah.
I mean, it's good that it's not limited,
Yeah, it's definitely
once you get the sleeper, you're done. I can just keep grinding out nodes until I find it.
I mean, it definitely seems, and I'm still collecting nodes to finish the emblem to get all the unique nodes. I'm currently at 35 out of 40. And I kind of want to power through these because I want to know if you hit all 40, if they stop then. But I mean, I hope not.
I take it you haven't seen the map that's been put out?
Oh, I've seen the map, but I just don't look at the map because I really enjoy the treasure map aspect to the sleeper nodes. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, when you see that change happen, and then you hear the little tingle, the little the sound track change, and you're like, "Ooh, it's close. Ooh, get close." You know what I mean? In my head, I hear "Bird Dog it, Buster," and I'm like, "I'm gonna get it."
Exactly. I really enjoy that because I mean, it's not overly hard or convoluted. It's not like finding dead ghosts or those memory fragments where they're nicked into little hidey holes here or there. Which some of them is how did you find that? Because I'll definitely use a guide for things like that, but something that's treasure mappy, I enjoy the hunt for that because they give you enough clues, especially this. There are so many cues when you're close. It's when you enter the zone, oh, I'm starting to hear track change, so I start looking around. It's all right, so my screen turns a little yellow here, so that means it's somewhere in this area, so I got to find a way there, and I kind of like that hunt. I really like how they did the sleeper nodes. I really like that.
We're not hunting One-Eye Willie's treasure here.
Yeah. But also, in order to complete the Cold Comfort emblem and get all of the Bray or Arctic weapons for those completionists, you'll need to grind the Nightfall. Because when the Nightfall excludes... Yeah, this week's Nightfall specifically Strange Terrain, because the Bray/Arctic rocket launcher drops from this Nightfall. It's a pretty good rocket, too. I think also best in class, but very closely trailed by Sins of the Past.
Was it Glad on DCP this week from Redeem? Is that his name?
I don't know.
Anyways, they were talking about DCP this week, and I think he said it was the poor man Sins of the Past.
Yeah, as I'm looking at the sheet, it's actually the other way around. Sins of the Past is still on top. But the Braytech Osprey, this rocket launcher, the one edge that it does have on Sins of the Past is the fact that it can hit a higher velocity.
Yeah.
And me, I like more velocity. I mean, Sins of the Past actually has more base velocity, but like I said, after calculations, which could be slightly inaccurate, at least from my perspective, Braytech Osprey should be the faster maximum velocity, which, like I said, it's a very big deal for me.
I seem to remember him saying something about that also.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like I said, considering if that is true, that just makes me feel even better about this project. Because, like I said, so far, pretty much everything at the top of their categories are the guns I really like to use. Or at least close to. I mean, there's a few outliers. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a few outliers. Like the number. I remember the number being great, but by God, it's only barely ranked above. I say barely, but the only thing worse than it is the green Jiangxi AR-1. It's pretty much at the bottom of the barrel in this ranking. But I did like how it felt. So there are outliers, and like I said, personal feel is going to be, I always say it's going to be a huge factor. So, once I release this, definitely take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But like I said, it does tend to align with weapons I really love to use. And that because I love to use the weapons, the smooth weapons. You can call me like a meta horror or whatever, but I just like the weapons that feel good, like the best to use. Like I said, the Kibo. I actually tried it in PvP, which I did a lot of freaking PvP in the past couple of days. Not really a lot, but I did a few matches, which comparatively, since I've done like 2 PvP matches since Warmind launched before today, what I did today was a lot. But yeah, Kibo feels so good. So yeah, if you get, and Kibo is from Anna Bray herself. It is one of her cradle engrams, so it is her reputation.
Is that one of the quest? Not the quest.
No.
Story ones?
No. Oh, yeah, it is. So long as you haven't collected one, you can choose it. But as soon as you actually have all 3 of those choices, she just gives you a free cradle engram.
Oh,
okay. So yeah, it's not repeatable in that manner, but it is connected to that. But yeah, that is one of the 3 choices, because the Kibo is the auto. Oh, Christ. I think the Requiem is the Pulse.
Pulse is Hacksaw 2.0 is what everyone's calling it.
I know, but it feels like it fires faster than Hacksaw used to. But, I mean...
Yeah, I think it does.
Because it feels more like Clever Dragon, is what it feels like. But there was never a Suros like of that archetype before.
Requiem 45.
Yeah, Requiem 45. And if I can look at the name, I know I can recognize. I mean, I could be talking crap because I'm looking all over. Paw Patrol ladies. No, it's not Vicuna. Vicuna's not the scout rifle. Telemachus C is the scout rifle choice, which. Unlike the others, it's kind of yeah. Yeah, Telemachus C. It's a 158 kinetic.
And then I try to talk and I have the microphone muted. Did you guys see the image I put up with the faction rallies, the factions gating the specific catalyst for the Sweet Business, the Graviton Lance, and the Sunshot.
Yeah, and the fact that this seemed to data miners may have found the connection to that. Where the crap did you put it? Oh yeah, that's Destiny Talk. So yeah, that's up here.
Destiny Talk.
I can't remember. Like I said, they don't even have it in the image, and I can't even remember hearing. But I think it's Armamentarium that has the ornament for New Monarchy, which, like I said, hilariously, I find it, like I said, just hilarious to me in the finding of like connections and things that the catalyst that you can get from the faction rallies, or possibly, and then the class-specific exotic ornament they can get from the faction rallies line up to the D1 class-specific exotics. Because for Future World Cult gives you a hunter ornament and a hand cannon. Titan, or for New Monarchy, it's a Titan ornament, technically an auto rifle. And then Dead Orbit is a Warlock ornament and a pulse rifle. Oh wait, pulse. They were a scout rifle.
Scout in D1.
Crap. Dang it, I'm all kind of wrong today.
It does feel like a scout now. So.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does feel like a, oh my god, and it's so fun to use in PvE, or my GERD.
Oh, I love that gun so much.
And it is everywhere in PvP. Let me tell you what. Holy crap. And it's actually hilarious because it's not even... Vigilance Wing actually has a better... Actually still has the better TTK out of all pulse rifles. And Graviton Lance just has the edge of 0.07 seconds on other best pulse rifle TTK. But by God, Graviton Lance is everywhere. My God. I think I've yet to play a PvP match and not run into a Graviton Lance. I'm seeing this thing more than when Vigilance Wing got buffed. Like, sweet Christ.
Well, they did warn us and say that it was going to be...
Well, they said it was going to be good, and it is good, and it is a contender to Vigilance Wing, but, I mean, so's any other pulse rifle, to be honest. I mean, it's not as special as the Vigilance Wing when it got buffed. I actually thought it was going to be a little crazy stronger, but it's actually... It's definitely counterable. Definitely.
Well,
which, I mean, so it's Vigilance Wing, but, you know, like I said, that's, yeah.
Those Axions, or whatever you want to call them.
Those things. Oh, my God.
Those things are just amazing.
They are. It's, like I said, in PvE, I freaking love, like, it's like an ad clear for sure. I mean, you just, like, which, of course, like, everything is, like, filtered through the Hive, considering I've been on Mars so much. It's like I've told, I was actually running something with or helping Drafty and like one of his cousins, I think, like doing, getting the Nascent Dawn 105, which gives you access to the stems, because A also needed that on my Warlock, which also, for those that don't know, if you haven't done the Nascent Dawn, you won't get resonant stems on a character. You have to complete Nascent Dawn 105 to start having the capabilities of getting resonant stems to drop for a character.
Are you saying 1 of 5 or 105?
No, 1/5. Yeah, okay. 1/5. Which I call it 1 of 5 because in the API there's Nascent Dawn 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5.
Right. Just because I'm enough from my job, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, definitely because I was trying to do, I did like half of my flashpoint on Mars on my Titan before I realized I wasn't getting resonant stems because I didn't actually complete. All I had to do was go and talk to Anna and then put the diary in the socket. But I didn't do that, so I wasn't getting resonant stems to drop.
Oof.
So, and I like went through like half of my flashpoint doing that. So yeah, definitely complete the 1 of 5, so that way you can get all of your resonant stems properly. Of course, again, could be wrong because Lord knows, this is just not my cast for being right. 104.
Well, I mean, we all have that one time. I mean, I don't know days apparently or numbers, so we're all a little flawed in the RNG cast.
I know what you're talking about. I'm perfect. That's Biz.
Maybe we will. Who knows?
Love you, Biz.
But yeah, holy crap.
So, did you guys get any good loot this week? I know Zer's selling the Soros regime.
Zer's selling his Soros.
I hate Zer. Freaking hate him.
Okay.
Of course, it was my fault, but I went to go see him yesterday. I was like, oh, he's got claws. I need to buy those. Drifted up to the Faded Ingram. Guess what he gave me?
Claws.
It's like, you son of a bitch.
I thought they weren't supposed to double tap.
I didn't have them. I didn't buy them from Zer.
Oh, okay. Instead of
I
buying
was like,
them.
oh, I need those.
Oh, no.
Let me buy the Faded real quick.
Nope.
That was my fault.
I will always buy whatever I need first and then do the Faded because I've had that happen before, and it is just the most. It's rage inducing. It really is.
It is. I was pissed.
You basically just got overcharged. I mean, essentially.
Yeah, you got overcharged 100%.
But yeah, actually, because I bought Soros and I bought the claws, and then hilariously I found out that I only need like one exotic armor for my hunter, and that's Frosties. So it's like, okay, I'm going to pick up Soros, I'm going to pick up this, and it's like, well, that means... So by the time... So then looking at it, it's like, all right, so when I get my Faded Engram, it's either going to be
Frosties.
like Polaris Lance, Huckleberry, or Frosties.
Oh, boy.
Got the Huckleberry.
Nice.
Not bad.
It's a very fun gun.
Although I do want that Polaris Lance after looking it up the other day.
Oh, yeah, it's like super, super, like, oh my god, it's like the new Zen Meteor, pretty much.
Mm.
I thought the Polaris Lance is gated behind the Nascent Dawn quest.
Well, that's possible, but at the same time, the Polaris Lance is PlayStation exclusive.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought I
Polaris Lance is PlayStation exclusive.
I did not know that. So that's a scout rifle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that either. I see videos of people talking about getting it because at the end of step 3, I think they say you. I think they said
step 3. They don't even have Nascent Dawn 3.
Or step 2. I don't know. I might be misunderstanding.
Okay,
I might be backwards.
Yeah, Nascent Dawn 2 of 5 gives you the legendary version of the Polaris Lance.
That's what I thought.
It has the same look. It looks a little more beaten up, and it's like the Braytech RWP, what the crap ever.
It looks fantastic.
It does look good, and both Polaris Lance and its legendary version are D2's first 150 RPM high-impact archetype energy scout rifles.
Wow.
But
that's Jade Rabbit archetype, right?
Yeah, it's Jade Rabbit. But so far, like every scout rifle that's been high impact before has all been kinetic. These two are like the first energies. And something. Oh yeah, and the motion to compel from the new Trial Scout is also there. But yeah, the legendary variant, it does come from the Nascent Dawn 2 of 5. I wouldn't be surprised if the Polaris Lance is tied to that on the PlayStation side, but I'm saying it is the. But yeah, what was the readout on its perk? It's like precision hits return rounds to the magazine, and you know what? Instead of
bullet
Polaris Lance database. So yeah, on the 4th bullet, you actually get loaded this. Yeah, precision hits return ammo to the mag. Landing 4 precision hits loads a delayed solar explosive round for your next shot. Yes, please. Because that sounds amazing. Because it literally sounds like Zen Meteor Scout Rifle.
Yeah.
Except you don't have to get kills, but hits. Which makes sense considering it's a scout, not a sniper. But yeah, looks like super cool. Yeah.
Dynamite with a laser beam 2.0.
Well, for some reason it's called the Perfect Fifth. Oh, the perk itself.
Oh, the Perfect Self?
Yeah, the perk itself is called the Perfect Fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would be the fifth bullet.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if that's a reference to something else, though.
Yeah, normally.
It's possible. It's Bungie. I do like the fact that the icon for it is the strength of the pack icon, considering it is Braytech and Anna is, I guess, kind of canon confirmed to be the original. Or the strength of the pack cloak was Anna Bray's cloak. That was actually in the D1 description of that cloak. I think. Anywho, but yeah. See, I love the fact that this is that wolf head. I guess just to round it all out. But yeah.
Nice, neat, and proper.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So back to Zeros from 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They're selling it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got it to drop twice this week. I got it to drop earlier in the week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, and I got the drop last night from the Inner World that I did. And I gotta say, I like what they did. It feels like Soros. I definitely like the what was it called, dual purpose perk better now than the spin up.
Yeah, spinning up and whatever it is called now.
Yeah,
dual speed receiver.
It's focus fire. I like that one better.
I wonder if anyone else has noticed they actually fundamentally changed Soros. This is not the same auto rifle we had in D1.
Really?
Really, at least as far as I know. Because Suros in D1 was a 450 RPM auto rifle that fired down to like 360, I believe, with focus fire. But Suros now is at base 600 RPM. So it's actually a full archetype faster at base.
Isn't that what the Taken King version of Arrows was, though?
Spinning up is what it went up to. It was actually I think it went up to 900 at the very end, but no, like I said, it always started as a 450, but now it starts as a 600. So it's a different archetype, but it still feels Suros.
Yeah, it's
just with that archetype change, it seems to run out of ammo so fast now.
It does.
Like, ammo, oh my god, especially if you're using spinning up, you go through a clip like nobody's business. Magazine. Sorry, Drafty. But I will say, the reload on it is freaking amazing. Oh my god, it feels so good. I do love using, I was actually pulled it out and I was using dual speed receiver or focus fire in PvP. Oh my god, it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good. Pretty good. Not amazing, but definitely not bad.
Yeah, the dual speed receiver saved my butt several times this week.
Actually, yeah, dual speed receiver actually might still make it fire in the 360 RPM. Because with dual speed receiver, Surus has the same time to kill as Halfdan.
I thought they said it just went down to 450.
Well, like I said, if that's true, like, I don't know, because like I said, from these calculations, from the massive breakdown spreadsheet, Suros with dual speed receiver, like I said, has the same time to kill as Halfdan and Loquitur.
Yeah. Those are the slow bros of the of the game.
It may not be that slow, but like I said, it does have that same time to kill. So it could still be 450, but like the damage mitigation changes actually still makes it slightly better than 450 RPMs. And but yeah, kind of basically the PvP kind of way to go is still going to be spinning up like it was when they reintroduced Suros. But I'm just really, really super glad that I bought the Suros ornament last week when Tess had it.
Yeah, it's for sale. It's for sale now.
Oh, okay. It was at the start of the week because I saw it and I was like, "Yep, buying it." Then Zer sold it and it's like, "Oh, finally I get the Suros back." Because don't get me wrong, I loved the black and red. What was it? Vader's Lamborghini? What was it? I forget the car make that they compared it to, but it just feels really good to look at this thing and see OG Suros again.
Yeah.
And it feels great in PvE too, with dual speed receiver. I haven't tried spinning up because I did try dual speed receiver. It is very viable. Essentially, I mean, you're going to lose the scout to pulse rifles at ranges, but yeah, that's that. But I still love the fact that it's like just the mentality of Suros, I guess, never really left me because if they're at range, you pink away at them with while you're ADSing for dual speed, and if they get close, just freaking spray them down from the hip. And yeah, I don't know, it just felt good. Oh yeah, felt really good.
Yeah, I got I obviously when I saw it today when I logged in, I bought it. Why would I not buy it? I also have enough silver to go. Screw it. I'll buy the ornament, which I did. And then from Zer, I said, you know what? I'm gonna hit you for the for a special and see what happens. And lo and behold, my baby dropped. The armamentarium dropped for me.
Nice.
I was super stoked about it. Like, I got real geeked. I got a little too happy. You know what I mean? Like,
that doesn't sound like you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was almost like it wasn't like when the duty bound fell. Let's put it that way.
Oh my god, that is great. That was still.
But I was like,
for those that don't know, go to Buster's Twitch and watch the duty bound clip. It is like the best Buster pop-off ever. Oh my god.
I said some things.
He said a bunch of things.
I said some things.
Like I eat sharks.
Oh, way worse. I mean, this is like grade A Buster pop-off material. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like all throughout in the 2 years I've been talking with this individual, this is definitely like within the top 3 of his pop-offs.
I may or may not have said suck my dick from the back. I may or may not have called Drafty my good luck charm, because I totally called Drafty my good luck charm. Yeah.
And also in this clip, Drafty, you definitely do have an invite. Because, yeah. Why not? Because like we said, I mean... yeah, we're definitely going to have to get Drafty on and share the gloriousness of the live perspective of that pop-off.
Oh, he gets a double. He got a double invite because I said, no, you're definitely going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I said some things, folks. I said some things. Like it dropped, and then I went, It dropped. And you see me stand up and walk out of frame, and then I come back in. Yes! It's probably my best. It's probably one of my best ones. Shameless plug for Buster Knuckle on Twitter, on Twitch. Yeah, go ahead and check that out, folks, and laugh at me. I laugh at myself.
It is. It is something of epic proportions. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've been running some PvP. I've been trying some things. Also, PSA. If you did not like the precision hand cannons, the 180 RPMs,
they suck.
Which they don't.
We're talking suck with them, so therefore they suck.
Fair. Yeah, because like I liked the only reason I started liking Nature of the Beast in particular, because if you're hitting headshots, it melts. I mean, it's a solid 1 second TTK if you're hitting all headshots. It is nice, but it's super punishing because if you're going for body shot time to kill, it doubles it to 2 seconds, and it is one of the few weapons that actually is like that harsh. It's that high of a risk reward when using it. But in the Warmind patch, Bungie modified the recoil pattern of these hand cannons, and oh my God, are they so much better to use because of it.
Did they apply that to all 180s, or just the high kilos?
No, all 180s.
Okay.
Because I actually went back and used West of Sunfall and Nature of the Beast today, and they feel so much better. Because I couldn't use West of Sunfall because, I mean, it seemed to like have the harshest, like just like straight back and forth motion. But it feels so much better now. Like just visually being able to use it now. Yeah, it is definitely a change that applied towards all 180s. So yeah, that's that, and they are, like I said, they are so much better because of it. I was actually putting in good work with Nature of the Beast in PvP, just because, I mean, I was definitely, like, there was nothing just jarring about it. It just feels more like shooting a hand cannon normally does now. Because it kind of has a tilt back, like hand cannons, or all other hand cannons have. So, yeah, it's just fits right in line, and it feels super, super good now. Just that visual change just changed everything for me. And I did use Ikelos a lot, but like I said, the real like notice of the change came from going back and using those weapons and all.
You have to use Ikelos.
Well, yeah, you do have to.
I mean, and that, I guess maybe that's part of the reason I don't like that gun, is I don't like 180s to begin with. But then to me, that gun with its slow ass reload.
Oh yeah, all 180s have slow reload. That's the real unfortunate part about it.
Oh, man. It's just so bad.
Yeah, it is. It takes like 3 years to reload Ikelos.
It's like it was an ill will from
But to be fair, you don't actually need to use Ikelos.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't need to use that hand cannon. It needs to be an Ikelos weapon.
Right.
But the only other way to get more Ikelos weapons is Escalation Protocol.
Right.
And good luck getting to that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can use the SMG, you can use the shotgun, you can use the sniper rifle. If you can get them. But, yeah, those are actually fully functional options to use. So there's also another PSA there, because the quest never specifically says Ikelos HC version 1.0.1. It says an Ikelos weapon, and all those 4 weapons are all Ikelos. Of course, obviously, the sleeper itself does not count, because that's the end goal. That'd be weird. But yeah, so I've been, like, today and, like, as I've finished, I've been getting my feel for weapons in PvP. Huckleberry's fun. I'm definitely going to say it's more fun in PvE than PvP. I still prefer Antiope in PvP. I will say. Not saying it's bad, it's just I kind of prefer Antiope.
I watched Shake from the Destiny and Fun Police.
Yeah.
One of his videos using it, and it looks just ridiculous.
Oh, it can. It can be, but I feel like the perk and everything just really fits more. And it's like, I love it's layered, like when someone goes and like procs the escalation protocol, and you have like, a dozen hive or thrall coming at you at any one given time, you can just hold that trigger down and shoot for freaking ever, and it is great. But yeah, it's definitely, that seems to be like, it seems to be an ad clearing, a better ad clearing weapon than, like a one-on-one thing, but that's my opinion. Because like I said, it's just that. Also, I've finally may have found a new favorite hand cannon to use in PvP.
What?
And it's what I wanted. And what they didn't change this weapon much, but what they did to it makes it feel 1,000,000 times better now.
Is it exotic?
Yes, it is.
Is it a 3-burst?
Does it? Yeah. Does it rhyme with crimson?
It does, because it is crimson. And oh my god, it feels so much better. They didn't even change it that much. But what they did to it, it just feels so good now. Oh god, I was actually putting in some work with crimson.
I masterworked my tractor cannon.
I have so many catalysts to work on. It's actually a little ridiculous. Tractor cannon was my first.
That's the only one I have.
First.
And yeah, catalyst and masterworked that. I am currently working on the crimson catalyst.
Where does the crimson catalyst drop from? PvP?
PvE.
PvE? Okay.
It dropped in the same manner as both Tractor and Prometheus lens for me, which was I was just going around on Mars and found a little golden triangle on the ground. Oh, hey, look at there.
Prometheus lens has masterwork?
Yes, Prometheus lens has masterwork, and I have masterworked that.
To tell.
Oh my god, it's a massive jump. Like, it doesn't. I don't think it gets like a new perk or anything, but it gets massive stability bonus to it, and it feels like the change they made to Prometheus. Like, that's another thing. Prometheus lens is a monster now for clearing out ads.
Yeah, they upped the mag by 30 some.
Yeah, the magazine holds 100 rounds, and the fact that we get a kill now, it's not a partial reload. It's a full reload.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That thing is an ad-clearing beast. Like, my God, it feels so good. And you can get such huge bubbles. Like, just these huge heat bubbles just firing for so long because Thrall are running at you. Again, Lens of the Hive, because, by God, which I never finished that story. I'm actually able to predict, I actually know now which zone gives what, like, collectible patrols, and that if you get one collect patrol and you go and start another collectible patrol, like a Futurescape on Mars, if you pick up one collectible mission patrol, it's always going to be supplies from Cabal. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's going to be just Cabal, but if you go and pick up a second one, it's always going to be Scions then. But it's going to start with one, and then it'll move you to the other. I know where the Scions spawn. I know where to kill them. Like I said, I know where the patrol beacons are. I know what patrol beacon drops what. It's a little sad. But again, I have 35 out of 40 unique sleeper nodes opened. So yeah, that could be a thing. I just really know this Mars place pretty well.
Yeah.
But
getting kind of scary, like D1 scary again.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, Prometheus lens. I'm working on Crimson. I have the Darcy Catalyst. I also have the Borealis Catalyst. There was something else I thought. Maybe not. That might be it. That might be my 5. Because I don't remember anything else. I want the Vigilance Wing Catalyst.
You want that full auto?
Oh yeah,
exactly. Because once you master
auto.
Exactly. That thing is, my God. it's just the nastiness of just being able to hold the trigger down on that gun. I want that catalyst.
Does Masterwork also give you stability on it?
I don't know.
I think it touches stability and range, but if I remember correctly,
It can only be one, can it?
It's usually either two stats or like a stat and a perk usually. Because that's what I've noticed with because like tractor cannon, it touched ammo reserves and magazine size once you finish that masterwork. That thing holds 7 freaking rounds at masterwork.
Yeah, it's gross.
That's I mean, you're never going to see it in PvP, but my God, running around with 7-round tractor cannon in PvE. Oh my God!
You're never going to see it in PvP. Want to bet?
Right?
It suppresses supers. You're going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mayhem.
For sure.
You're going to see it from me.
Yeah. Let's see. I do like the fact that, like, because I reported before, like the catalyst dropping seemed very simple. Well, that is actually still true, except for one, and that's a Worldline 0, the exotic sword. The source, the hint that you get for getting that catalyst is 3 question marks.
Oh,
That's your hint for where to get that catalyst. Excuse me?
I don't think anyone's going to the ball.
It's like how do you get this? I don't know. Take a guess.
Hilariously, because that's one thing I actually added to the perk reference sheet on the Featherstone, was the catalyst or the exotic masterworks and what you need to do to get them. And I've noticed, at least in the API, there are certain exotics that do not have a catalyst, but they do have a masterwork quest already attached to them, even though there is no catalyst in the system for them, such as Sweet Business. Sweet Business has no catalyst, but if you look in like a database and you can tell, it's like there is a masterwork path for it. That's defeat groups of 4 or more enemies using Sweet Business. Which makes sense.
That also seems very, very easy.
Well, I mean, it's not just once. It's going to be like a chain.
It's going to be several times. I get that, but
yeah, it's going to need to be groups instead of just singular like most other kills are. So,
well, let's see, Skyburners. It's found by curing the Emperor's favor.
Yeah, right.
Right, but has anyone actually got to drop?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it either.
By killing the Emperor's favored.
Oh, but that might actually be Spire of the Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a new raid layer, which, I mean, it's still a small sampling size. From what I know. But yeah, like I said, there's Sweet Business, there is Sunshot, does have a path, but no catalyst. The Graviton Lance, the Mida. Actually, in fact,
you can get Midas.
You can? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
So they were talking about it in the DRP Discord the other day. Someone had it because it adds Outlaw.
But there's no catalyst slot for Mida.
I swear they said someone had it.
I mean, I can double check real fast because I could be. Yeah, there's no catalyst slot for Mida. It's just ornaments. That's going to have to be a picture it didn't happen situation. My Mida does not. Yeah, I mean, I could have a bugged Mida too. It's possible, but yeah, my Mida just.
You have a Mida, right?
Yeah. Have a Mida.
Pull up in Ishtar and see what, because they like Graviton Lance. It tells you its catalyst found by pledging to the Spears of Exodus. Tells me
we all know that
orbit. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Because in Ishtar, it actually shows a socket.
Yeah, and Sunshot is the same way.
Yeah, my physical Mida has no socket slot.
Right.
I say physical, but it's
before Warmind came out that they all have catalysts. Just some are going to have to be found later on. Like they're not going to have the slot. You have to figure out how to get the slot for the catalyst.
That doesn't make sense though, because that's counterintuitive to everything else.
But they're trying to find a grind.
Yeah, I mean the slot itself is your clue, and they actually said because they mentioned before the patch, like they said if there's no slot, then there's no masterwork for that exotic right now.
Right.
I mean, that's
they're not right now. So on the 29th, when the new patch comes live.
Yeah, but that's exotic armor sandbox changes.
True. Doesn't mean they're not going to add the catalysts for the other stuff.
That's true, but that seems quick for this supposed long grind. I mean, personally, I'm not saying you're wrong, because I mean, obviously, I can't look into the future, but I don't know. I think it might be July at the earliest that we might get these. Maybe.
Well,
I'm thinking
shot.
Like maybe the soul. Okay. Look at that.
You're going to get them with faction rally. Faction.
Yeah. Okay.
Next patch.
Which
so it's not a part of the job.
Actually, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm just. Yeah. I definitely. The logic is more apparent to me now with that, because if it is true that those specific catalysts are attached to the factions, then they could actually easily roll out these additional catalysts.
Well, like I said, when you look them up in Ishtar, they have a catalyst available, and Sunshine is found by pledging followers of war. Who do you think that is? Who's that show? Isn't that War Cult?
Yeah, that's War Cult, obviously. But that's super. I just didn't even think to like. Yeah, Sturm has but Sturm's catalyst is blank, so Sturm definitely doesn't have anything coming in. Same thing with Rat King. So basically everything that, like I said, in the API that has a path but no catalyst, it would make sense also. So come the 29th, they could just like activate
now
those catalysts and then like bring in the slots.
Like you bring up Suros in Ishtar and hit the catalyst slot, it doesn't have one.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because this is the same thing with Sturm. Mm-hmm. When you hover it over it, it's just a blank space. So that actually makes a crap ton of sense. Graviton Lance, found by pledging to the Seekers of Exodus.
Mm-hmm. Which would be Dead Orbit.
Yeah. Now, I'm also wondering if this pledging is the same type of pledging for the Peace by Consensus. Because as I discovered on Reddit at one point in time, because I had this issue that, the Season 2 emblems for the factions tracked the amount of times you pledged towards those factions. But I always pledged all three factions, like every time. Like regardless of where my main grind was, I always, I just had the thing, my Hunter's Future War Cult, my Warlock's Dead Orbit, my Titan's New Monarchy. That's, how I've always done it. But none of those characters had pledges attached. Like, I did this every faction rally, but I have 0 pledges with those emblems. And then, because Peace by Consensus was a sidearm that was released at the same time as the Nightfall exclusives, and I thought it was Nightfall exclusive as well. But come to find out, it dropped if you pledged all 3 characters to one faction and rotated that faction during each rally. And then you got Peace by Consensus. Because I think that's what technically counts as a full pledge, is if all 3 of your characters across an account pledge towards, or all characters on the account pledge towards one faction.
See, that would give what people are wanting a meaningful reason to pledge to one faction.
Exactly. Of course, it would really suck if we only got like 2 faction rallies a season, because then there'd be no way to collect everything. But at the same time, that would be really, really cool.
It would also make your choice matter.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can get 2 of these catalysts, but something is dropping off. Mm-hmm. And I would be super torn because I'm like completely okay with not pledging Dead Orbit. But if Dead Orbit is attached to Graviton Lance,
that's my first one.
Yeah,
saying that right now.
I mean, I'm definitely going Future War Cult first time around because Sunshine.
Graviton Lance. Nope.
Also, did you fellas notice that on the armor for the factions there is no second?
Yeah, there's no season 3 ornament.
Yeah,
I've noticed that.
So you're thinking that's all new armor?
I'm thinking that they're going to do it they're going to drop it when it comes out, as opposed to because I mean you can look at the Iron Banner now. The Iron Banner was already spoiled.
Well, right. See that's the thing though, because when they release the ornament in the API, if you have that armor set, it's visible.
Yep.
Like there's no like separation that they have there. So if you really want to know, I mean that in Raid Lair armor has ornaments, but there's no prestige to earn those ornaments.
Right, but Faction Rally is not in the game right now.
Well, but neither is Banner.
No, it
technically, is. No, technically. But the Faction Rally weapons are in the database. They're in the API. They're technically in the game. These things are technically there, but there's no ornaments.
Right, but what I'm saying is they took Faction Rally out, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they haven't taken Iron Banner out. We had Iron Banner the week before Warmind dropped.
But like I said,
I think what it is we can see the new ornaments because they continued with that Iron Banner event. Since Faction Rally didn't continue, we can't see them. Like I think we're gonna have Season 3 ornaments. We just can't see them until the 29th.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm still confused by it because... Wait, hang on. Actually, I think I might be able to test this theory of mine. Because if I actually look for ornaments in this freaking thing... consumables, mods... Yeah, ornaments are mods. Ornament? Search. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so some things have... Okay, yep, that's that emblem. Oh, no, it's a Crest of Alpha Lupi is that blank box. Oops.
See, I think what it is,
okay, there's
Faction Rally is actually not in the API code right now.
Well... But that's the thing. The Faction Rally weapons are in the API right now.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like their stats, they are ready to be shipped.
But what if it's like so like whenever we first started to case treasure maps, we got Dire Promise, some pulse rifle, and another one to drop from his chest. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah. It was 3 graves.
Three graves and something else. There was 3. It was one from each that you could do. It was,
because those were the weapons that were actually in the API at the time. Also,
so what if right now we could get those weapons from doing Cade's chest or whatever it is, and that's why they're in the API, but the armor's not.
I mean, I don't know, but like I said, it's still the only thing that's hooked up is the fact that. Why put part of it in the API? I mean, like I said, I'm still not saying you're wrong. I'm having a rough time like wrapping my head around it.
Maybe that part wasn't done.
Because so far I'm like looking through these ornaments and I'm seeing the banner, I'm seeing Crucible, and I've seen Vanguard. Wait, Praetorian ornament? Oh, that's the Leviathan, Spire of the Stars. Praetorian? Oh yeah, Praetorian because Roman themed. Gotcha. Right, I guess.
Maybe they're not in there because they're just simply not ready. Like,
it could be. I mean, like I said, I'm definitely not like...
Since they are coming on the 29th, or whatever the roadmap said it was coming on the 29th.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to like flat out say it's like, oh, no, you're wrong, because, like I said, I have no solid proof of that. But yeah, it's just, I don't personally see it. I mean, but I'm definitely going through this, and there's definitely no ornaments in the API. Yeah. Like I said, there are weapons there, though, so why put half of it? That just seems weird to me.
Here's what I'd say. Check Tuesday. If we don't have function, I'm not going to have functionalities next week. Check Tuesday. If they're not in there, then something else is going on. But if they're in there...
Okay, so, yeah, but there's also... Armor. Hunter. Okay, this is all Iclo stuff. Oh god, this is going to be impossible because there's nobody sorts by release. Oh, Jesus, people. Destiny sets? Oh, we'll see. Forget this. All right, anywho. Yeah, well, I mean, it's short enough. It's 10 days. We'll find out in 10 days.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
I really thought my game was, I really thought my shit was bugged. Like, I was like, I'm not, because the first thing I did was, I'm going to look at because I heard, hey, you can look at the Iron Banner armor, and hey, I think you'll like it. And I was like, oh no, I really do like it. And then, I was thinking, oh shit, the faction stuff. And I looked, and it was like it was not there. And the stuff I do have, the ornaments I do have.
It's like the progress was reset on them.
Yeah.
I got scared by that because it's like,
you got scared. I was like, this is some bullshit. And then I was like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. And then I applied it, and it went on. And I was like, okay, maybe they're doing some like shenanigans, not like fucked up shenanigans, but maybe they're doing like, some computer programming shit that I don't know anything about.
Okay, see, that actually could lead credence also to what Burning was saying, because if it's the fact that it's completely out of the API, and the fact that okay, I see. All right. Like I said, I just don't see why, but yeah, all right. I can at least wrap my head around it.
They didn't want to show it off until they're ready to.
Why
they know people like to go in and data mine stuff. They know people like to go and look for everything.
Well, I mean, so that's the thing. Destiny is the easiest game to data mine because they give you access to their API.
Right.
Everybody else actually has to crack game code. Destiny's like, you want into our API? Here.
Look, I'd really rather you not go cracking into things and possibly bringing everything down, screaming and crying with it. So I'll just let you look at it. How about that? Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah, so I mean, so that's just why I find it funny. Like when people say, "Oh, they data mine this," and it's like, it's really not that hard to mine an open mine.
No, they just looked really quickly. Is what they did. There's no mining. It's just sort of like going, "Hey, what's that over there?
There's this vein's here. Check that out." I mean, you don't actually have to dig that deep.
Well, speaking of the mines, the salt mines and Nocris Nightfall reward, everyone was thinking it was going to be Black Spindle.
No,
because they saw it in the API.
Wait, see, they saw what in the API?
Black Spindle.
They saw Spindle in the API? Where did they find Spindle in the API? I didn't see.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
These people are... Well, okay, it's not in the... well, it could be classified, technically. They might have seen, like, a clip art, maybe, but... Okay, that's fair.
I think they saw the catalyst for it, and then everyone lost their goddamn mind.
That sounds right.
But, I mean, well, that's the thing. People... It's like the whole search for the sleeper incident that happened, years ago when the sleeper came out. And people thought it was this overcomplicated, like, smorgasbord of things that you have to do. And then it turned out to be, no, you just had to wait for this mission to pop up. Is that Bungie's fault for wanting to keep it secret? No. And then the community basically overhyping the situation by themselves? I mean, it keeps happening. And then people get salty about it, and it's like, well, why'd you jump to that conclusion?
Is it my fault that you didn't tell your 13-year-old kid that Santa wasn't real, and then I mentioned something about Santa not being real? Is it my fault?
Yes, it is.
Kind of, but at the same time, if you're going to keep up that facade, I think your friend should know. Like people that visit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You should say, hey, just to let you know.
Yeah, our kid still believes in Santa, so...
Hey, my kid still believes in the Easter Bunny, Santa, and the Tooth Fairy. Aren't they 13? Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
Meet him at the door. Hey, before you come in, here you go.
Yeah. God damn
Something
it.
like that.
Give me hit me with a pss, pss.
Yeah, all in about Santa's like, hey.
Hey, S-Claws and me are tight. What? We're tight. Oh, yeah. Me too. Yeah, totally. Does he come to your house, Uncle Buster? Yeah. He totally comes to my house. Not like I buy all my gifts for everybody anyway, no.
No.
No, I'm magic man. But kids, if you're listening, I don't know why. If you're listening and you're under the age of 16 and you still believe in Santa, Santa's totally real. We're just really angry adults.
Can't confirm.
But yeah, so I mean, I find it hilarious. I mean, the whole thing. I kind of can understand the whole. Oh, Nokris is a strike boss. Let me tell you what, he's still tanky as crap. Mm-hmm. I was actually running that Nightfall. I think with Drafty and another one of his cousins. And it's like, you know what? I would call you a tanky piece of crap, but I know who your brother, father, and sisters are.
Is he tanky, or is it just the fact that he's health gated? That's the issue.
No, he feels tanky.
He's tanky as shit.
He definitely feels tanky.
I don't feel that way. I feel like it's just the health gate that makes it feel that way.
I mean, and that too. You have to jump through hurdles just to deal damage to him. Again, look at father, brother, sisters.
It's like family ties. I swear to God.
Exactly.
But take your logic and put it aside. Okay, I'm tired of it.
I mean, like I said, I can't even be mad at him being overcomplicated or tanky because it's like. I mean, this is, the bastard son of Oryx. I mean, not really the bastard son, but, the redheaded stepchild, essentially.
The red horn stepchild, Des? The red horn
But, yeah, so I can't even really be mad at it. I just makes like, I was like, oh, yeah, makes sense, because I know where you come from. Killed them all. But,
you really want to have a good laugh?
And also, people being so salty. It's like, oh my God, and they just like throw Nokris in as a strike boss, and that's it. It's like, dude, he's Hive. How many times did Omnigul come back?
Yeah.
And
everyone forgets.
Canon. And this in the strike, they mentioned that he was cast out for resurrection and death and resurrection and death. Come on, they're like leading up to him coming back for something bigger. Maybe not. I mean.
Well, so I was listening to a different podcast, and I cannot remember for the life of me which one it was. But they talked about Nokris and his resurrection stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff you kill, he brings back.
Yeah.
And each time, more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they have a special animation of them like being pulled from the yeah. That makes sense.
Also, really cool effect.
Oh my God, I love that like summon in effect. Like seeing everything just like jump up from the ground. I think Buster, you made the comparison to Rey Mysterio, which spot on.
Because when they popped up, I was like, "Booyaka, booyaka!" And then all Des did was I think you literally said, "Bravo, sir, bravo for that." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it looks like to me." I was like, "Oh, I mean, it's really cool because he brings he's pulling them from the depths,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I do really like that strike though. Like I said, it's kind of convoluted because it has a really weird mid boss, and then Nokris himself. You kind of got to jump through some extra hurdles, but again,
so I don't remember that mid boss in the story.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Was he?
That's what teaches you. Well, that was the one thing that like teaches the mechanics. Like, oh, you can't kill this thing until you deal with the crystals.
Yeah, the dodgeball mechanic.
Yeah, because. Yeah, that entire... I really liked that story mission, too, because that entire thing taught you exactly what you were going to need at the end. Because at first it's like, oh, here's these glowy knights. I killed these guys. Oh, they drop a thing. Then it tells you, hey, throw this thing at this thing. Okay, cool. And it's like, oh, there's more glowy knights and there's more things. Oh, but now these things are covering this thing, and I can't kill this thing. So I have to destroy these things before I can kill this thing. And then you do it again. I mean, it's really it felt like a good, not really handholdy, but like just a good way of showing is like, okay, here's this piece,
It's classic Bungie.
It felt like a miniature raid.
It's like whenever Crota.
Yeah, I mean
the sword. Yeah,
they put the swords out there.
Yeah, like I said, it felt like a mini raid because that's kind of how the raid. Because I was I think I was running people through Argos, and it's like Phase 1 Argos pretty much teaches you how Phase 2 is going to work. Mm-hmm. In essence, because a lot of those mechanics carry over. Yeah, there's some new things, but so long as there's a lot of that in Bungie raids. It's like, okay, here's this piece. Oh, but now you're going to have to do that plus this. Oh, and here's this new piece, and now here's everything together in like this final encounter. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty classic Bungie at this point in time, but I really like the fact that that strike itself like just follows that pattern, because there's very few strikes that really teach you. I think the last one was the giant harpy boss strike.
Giant harpy.
It dropped. It was one of the drop places for Imago loop, and it had that cheese spot.
That was a Hydra.
That was a Hydra, bro.
Oh, that wasn't a Hydra. It was a giant harpy because it closed. It like had health gates where it would close and then blast you with like 13 million blasters.
Oh, I know the one.
Because you had to take the art cores and then
yeah.
And
I always think, fuck that strike.
Yeah,
because no one could ever do it right.
Yeah, and it had that awesome, those awesome warlock arms as the armor.
Oh yeah, the one that has the harpy tendrils.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one used to be PlayStation exclusive, wasn't it?
I think it was. But like I said, it reminded me of that because I think that was the last kind of showy type strike that we had. I think I don't remember.
I mean D2 and
the Savathun Song kind of I can see that. And then there was the root mind in Curse of Osiris was kind of that way as well. So okay, all right. There seems to be one in every expansion, roughly. So all right, classic Bungie, but still. I think Nokris is actually one of my favorite strikes in D2. Even though, like I said, you gotta jump through hurdles. Yeah, he's hanky. Yeah, he has health gates. I still think I like it best. I mean, just from that.
I mean, and then afterwards you get probably the most cool story beat in the game right now.
Oh my god!
Uh-huh.
I mean,
talking to the worm god.
Light. You are alone.
Yeah, it's just so good. Like,
oh god!
I don't care if you think the game is shallow. It's just really good. Suck my balls. It's fucking.
Warmind brought the moments back.
Yeah,
and that's like I say. Yeah, the plot itself was still kind of meh, but the moments is what made Warmind.
The fact that you said, I'm going to play this part with you because I want to hear you go off.
Exactly. I had to join. It's like, oh yeah, I'm on this part. It's like, I'm joining. It's like, I don't care. I don't care if it's getting me where, or actually, no, yeah, because I just so happens, like, it didn't matter. If my Titan wasn't at that spot, I would have humped on my Hunter and ran it with Buster because I wanted to hear Buster's reaction to what was going on. Then I also wanted to make sure he saw the worm as it was entering because it's like, as soon as it started happening, it was like, Buster, look up. Just shut up and look up.
It was fair. It was fair. I mean, I was pretty much going nuts. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's like when I took acid with my dad, and then you're like, just
look up.
The best part, Des, was when you were like, we're going to talk about that later. Hold on 1 second. Look up. And I was like, holy shit!
Like, eat Zol.
Yeah.
And I like that fight too. I like I still actually haven't run across the strike of Will of the Thousands yet.
Oh my god, the strike is awful on what was it last week? Solar Burn?
Yeah, for sure. Freaking Zol himself. Of course, having run the sleeper version of that mission, I know the exact spot to stand to avoid 90% of Zol's crap. And it is the big rectangle box in the middle. Because it has kind of like a corner. It's not exactly a box because it has a slight ledge between the middle and the top. And if you wedge yourself into that ledge and duck, Zol actually, you only get like a very tickling of health from Zol's like a solar blast that he does. So that is a perfect place to crouch down, and if you stand on top of it, Zol will never crush you because he doesn't actually go over that box. He gets super close, but he doesn't actually go over that box. So that is like 100% safe place to stand and be. And it isn't affected whenever he uses the floor is lava type crap.
He gets so close, you go, oh boy, he's really close. But he doesn't ever break the plane, so you're like, all right.
I got nervous like doing that strike a couple times, or doing that because again, it was like 350. I was like 345, or was it 360? And it was like 340 something. Either way, I was underleveled, and it's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm getting my sleeper. I don't care if I have to solo it. I don't care if I die like 50 times. I only died less than 10 times. Oh my god, that was rough. I died so much to Zol. That was most of my deaths, actually, was to Zol himself. I think I died once getting to him, and then the other 4 or 5 were to him.
Him just swimming in and out of you, going,
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be here.
Actually, no, it wasn't even technically him. It was all the other, it was the crap that he spawns. Which, hilariously, if you get rid of the majors of the ads that he spawns, all of the other ads, for some reason, like when the screen goes weird and just before he comes crawling out and slithering, the ads are like programmed to go into his path where he murders them.
Also, he murders you. Fun fact.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, I have a clip of Davis standing right in his path, looking the complete opposite direction, trying to kill something, and then here's Zol just bam, gone.
Oh, Buster got crushed by Zol's death.
Yeah.
I almost did.
Yeah, it was so great too because we did it, and Buster's like, "Yeah, oh my god, look at that!" And all of a sudden, just bam, Guardian down.
And then it was. Would you think he was just going to fall straight up and down, or did you think he was going to fall, like a normal being would of that size and that body type? I'm like, I don't know what I thought. I just didn't think he was going to fall on my head.
It was.
Body's got this gear like everything else.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like I said, the moments in Warmind were really, I really did like them. And so far, like I said, I'm super enjoying the direction that everything's in right now. And oh my god, these catalyst grinds. Oh. My suggestion for a lot of them, especially the PvE, like Prometheus Lens, maybe Tractor Cannon, Crimson for sure, start Escalation Protocol. Even if there's nobody else in the zone, just start it and go to town. Because you just kill things until time runs out, start it again, rinse and repeat. Also, for Nascent Dawn 2 of 5, for getting Valkyrie kills,
do it.
Start Escalation Protocol. And if you have an armory cut... So what?
There's a public event over by where Anna Bray stands that is better for the Valkyrie kills. Yeah.
I mean, war sets give it, but actually to help somebody get... Or actually, in my method, someone was able to get all 25 of their kills in one Escalation Protocol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we were the only ones there, so we were letting him kill everything with the lance.
Oh, makes sense.
So, I mean, it's definitely... It's more viable. Like, it's probably more consistent for the public event, but yeah, if you're like solo in an area, like I said, start an Escalation Protocol, and if you have an armory code, you can go to the vents and dispel the corruption and summon a lance, and then just go to town. Like I said, I was at... Because I told him about the method, and I was like, and if you have this... Well, you know what? I have one. Screw it. I'm going to start it, and I'm going to go over to this vent. So you come over here, follow me. So I dispelled the corruption. And it didn't show up on Drafty or his screen at first, but then it did, and he just grabbed it and just like went to town. And all of a sudden he's like, I finished it. It's like, oh, wow, crap. I thought I was going to have to start another one. But yeah. So yeah, he was able to get all of his kills in that one little batch. So yeah, I was glad I could help with that.
Guess I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, because I mean, with as much as I grind, like I said, those resonance stems, I keep 3 armory codes on me, like, at all times.
Yeah, it's kind of easy to keep them on. Yeah, I think I mean, have
especially
3 on me.
Really, I don't take escalation protocol seriously yet because again, I'm like, what is max light on my hunter? I don't even know because I don't even pay attention.
Yeah, we tried to do it the other night. It was
353 is my max highest light on my hunter, which is,
there
of
was
course,
a total of like 6 or 7 people in this thing. And we got by wave 1.
Yeah.
But wave 2, we couldn't even get his shield knocked off and do damage to him.
Yeah, so I'm not even taking it seriously probably till I can hit like that 370 range. And then like I say, I'll probably try for it then. Because, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff attached to it.
You're still going to need a full fire team. Plus
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like nowhere near worried about that yet. Like, at all. I mean...
No, I'm talking even at 370 because from
that's what
they're like 400 light.
That's what I'm saying. It's like even like at 370, like I'll go for like fire teams and like try for it, but because there's if you think I'm cocky enough to think I can solo that, you're out of your mind.
Did they tweet out? Did you guys catch that Bannerfall reference for them announcing the return of Iron Banner?
I saw that. It's a little
blown
up.
It looks like a bombed out Bannerfall, but I mean,
Bannerfall that looks worse.
Yeah, a more shitty Bannerfall. Is that what you're doing?
I can see that working, considering Bannerfall is an old tower.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just add in a couple craters, and there you go.
Yeah, but then the Bungie's being lazy again.
I mean, they say that, but shut up.
I mean, I agree with you. But
I mean, the fact that they are having to modify these maps just slightly is the fact that they're actually, I mean, if anyone thinks texturing a place is just as simple as apply, okay, we're going to delete this texture and then we're just going to paste these textures everywhere. If that's really what people think is going on, you can go screw yourself. I mean, come on.
You're wrong.
It's like I don't even know everything about it, but I know because I've seen like crappy texture work and crappy games made, like crappy indie games that were made that way intentionally. And if you look at an indie game that's made by one person and think, well, that looks crappy, it's because it's one person doing a crap ton of work.
Yeah.
Because texture mapping is freaking ridiculous. Anyone that does mods, actually, those are the people that can understand. Because that is literally what modding a PC game is adding a new texture map to a model.
Mm-hmm.
And having to, like, those people want to call Bungie lazy. I might take that. But yeah, your average, I mean, come on. Not average Joe. I was going to say your average Joe.
Yeah, I know you were. I was not our average Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe.
Sorry, not sorry.
Occasionally I forget. We have a guy that listens. It goes by Average Joe. Huh.
I should probably watch what I say.
Yeah. Don't just go throwing out, like, their Average Joe references. Oh, willy-nilly. But yeah, like, holy crap, though. Like, all in all, I like Warmind. Like, weekend review.
Yeah.
Oh, not weekend. But, for this, didn't guess that. But, yeah, I really like it. Like, they did some cool things. And I'd pretty much call, like, anything that leaves me wanting more is pretty much a success in my book. I mean, yeah, they probably should have added more, but what they did was good.
It's starting to feel like Destiny again.
Yeah.
Like the old Destiny. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like from the start, Oh,
yeah.
But as this I kind of wish there was more to do, more stuff to look after.
For sure.
And it's feeling like that now. Like, I've done 2 raids this week. I don't remember if I did 2 raids.
Yeah. I mean, well, they're part of the power grind now, and that's another thing, because I've always thought it's like I said, I didn't mind D2 because I didn't have to dedicate time to it, because you could solo and get all your milestones done, and you can get friggin', at Vanilla and Curse of Osiris, you can get max power 2-3 weeks just with your milestones, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, you just have to put a little more work into it.
So I think it took me 3 days on Xbox to go from the time I hit level 1 to the time I was 305. Doing stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because they actually didn't change the progression of base Destiny either. It's just, once you hit Curse, like, things slow down. Because the power grind to 340 isn't really affected. It's just they wanted to affect the in-game power grind.
Right.
Which they may have hit, as they mentioned, may have hit just a little hard. But, oops.
They may have smashed the button just a bit too vigorously here, folks.
I mean,
yeah.
People still 385 week 2.
Yeah.
So
these are also people who play the game a lot longer than you and I.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like when the guys from Clan Redeem were on DCP, he's like, I hit 383 on this character, 384 on this character, and I was 385 on this character on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay.
All right, yeah. I mean, if you played the game like you got paid for it, you would probably, having readily made teams helps, because I mean, having a team of people who are like, oh, you don't like to do raids? All right, come do raids with us. And then you're like, oh, you guys don't care that I am terrible at this. Like, no, we don't even need you, to be honest. That's the type of, like, because there's teams out there. There's teams out there that don't need you. You could just be the extra body and, all right, hit this guy when we say hit this guy, and then Kaloo, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, thank you, Rathos, and I'm sorry, Daze and me. I will catch you this week, I promise. I have off this week. Vacation.
Actually, that actually does remind me hilariously. Because apparently I'm still a decent raider. Because as I mentioned, like I said, I have this like set of a few people that I met through Draft Day that pull me into raids. I think it was Wednesday night or Wednesday or something, or it might have been. No, it was Wednesday night. The people I have been like doing some raids with ran into something of a brick wall with a bad player and had been stuck on Callus for a very long time. So they pulled me in. It's like, we need to do a raid. It's like, I can't do a raid. It's work night. I can't stay up that long. Like, well, we're at Callus. It's like, all right. So, like I said, they were playing with like a new person. And like, oh, it's all right. We got Des in here. This will go smoothly. And no crap, 4 tries later, and we cleared Callus. Mm-hmm. It's like, you didn't. I mean, I wasn't even expecting it to be that smooth of a go, but yeah,
it's nice. Yeah. It's nice with the raid armor perks.
Yeah, those make.
I know you do.
Huge difference.
I have 2 like different occasions. I actually have a solar and a void now, thanks to having all the raid layer armor now.
Oh my god, that raid layer armor, it's god awful.
I don't know, mine's like hot pink now, so I'm good with it.
At least for Warlock. I got the chest, and I saw the helmet, and I said, oh, hell no.
Like I said, the color, the hunter gear is okay. What really threw me off was just that, like, burlap sack color of it. So, yeah, I made it, like, I put, like, I think it's Dawn and Dusk.
Yeah.
On it. Either way, but, yeah, like, turns it hot pink. Because, I was one of those people that would wear Shimmer from SRL, the pink and black, just because.
Oh, that was awesome.
I don't know. Shimmer was great.
The Brett the Hitman Hart.
No, wait. That wasn't Shimmer.
Yeah.
No, Shimmer was the blue one.
The Sparkle Pony.
No, it wasn't
Sparkle Pony was purple.
Yeah.
That's what I wore.
There was a solid one. We call it that. There's that service.
I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, it was pink and black because it matched the pink and black Sparrow, which of course I used with my pink and black shader. But yeah, so I put that on it, and it's like hot pink now. It's like, it still doesn't look great, but I mean, if it's going to be a gaudy design, might as well be a gaudy color. But so yeah, like I said, I now have a solar and a void variant because I have, as much as I do love Arcstrider right now, at least for strikes, I haven't really seen a purpose for a good spot for it in a raid just yet.
Castellan.
Well, I mean, then you tether things. I mean, because like I haven't found a spot in a raid where Arcstrider is good, where that same problem can't be solved by tether, essentially.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you don't have a boss to kill, then you might as well run tether. Or unless you're in the baths, and then you might as well run 6-shooter. Because 6-shooter is pretty good at least dealing a lot of damage to crystals. But
Voidwalker everywhere.
Oh yeah, Voidwalker is like the best for sure. Because you get the explosion and the damage over time, and oh yeah, that's great. And hammers are like way better too. But I'm saying,
Well,
actually,
I have leveled as a warlock, so.
I mean, that would probably be the only place I would think an Arcstrider could work, because then you just go in with add control. Because if there's one thing a pole dancer can do is control a crowd.
Yeah, in both aspects of the word.
I know, right? Take it however you want, but that statement is true, regardless of how you take it.
Speaking of the raids, have you guys seen the new one at all?
I've looked into, because I've seen like a guide to the final encounter and stuff. And I've got to say,
but did you watch the movie of the week where they killed him?
I saw like Dato's kill.
Oh, okay. Well, not only have they now done a melee super kill of him.
Oh wow,
Jesus!
But Arcstrider, if you're running a hunter, may be a good subclass for the new one.
Oh yeah. Also, considering there's now a passing mechanic with a ball, Bungie, can we get Rift back?
Please?
With please?
I mean,
because that would be super dope, man. Just imagine you grab the spark, you start running, you see a bunch of people, but then like your teammates like flanked around the back, so all of a sudden you just go for this Hail Mary pass, they catch it, dunk it, and I was like, oh my god, that could be... I mean, yes, everyone's comparing it to Griffball from Halo, but still, that would be so freaking fun. Like, Rift with passing. Please, Bungie.
Bungie, we've been good this year. We've been good this year. We didn't talk shit when everybody else was talking shit. We've been really good.
Here.
We've been here. We were championing. We were being your champions. If it was trial by combat, you could have said Buster Knuckle, and I'd have been like, well, time to fight the mountain.
I mean,
just
come on.
Hey,
Bungie.
just put it in the lab. Just put it in the lab and let me see it. Just
let us play it one good time.
Let me taste
like,
it.
Just Rift with passing. That's just... Oh, that would be so dope.
Something to get the revolution behind them.
Yeah, Des and I were good. We were good this year. I didn't get any letters sent to me.
Santa.
Yeah, please. Yeah, Santa. I'll tell everybody that Santa's real. I'll do whatever you want.
Santa Bungie.
Yeah, all I want is Rift back. All I want is Rift back. If you said, listen, here's the deal. Ready? And this is going to mean a lot. If you said that you will bring back Rift, but I'd have to play SRL as well, fuck it, we're going to race.
Nice.
That's dedication right there.
That is. Longtime listeners will know Well, no.
Fuck it, I will race.
I do wonder.
It'd be too fast. It'd be too fast, too furious. Buster, what are you doing? Too fast, too furious. Why? I want SRL. I want Rift back.
Yeah. I will play this SRL to get Rift.
I will suffer. Okay. And when I say suffer, I mean suffer.
Oh my god! But yeah, because that's the first thing that I saw. Because spoiler alert: there's passing mechanics in the raid layer. Oops. But yeah, that's oh my god, seeing that. Oh my god.
There's passing mechanics in the game, in the base game. So yeah, I assumed.
Oh no, there's an actual. You actually have to. You literally toss it and pass it to people.
Oh.
Yeah. Like throwing the sphere at crystals. It's like that, but then someone else, they don't even have to hold a button to catch it. Their character just catches it.
But you can't miss.
Yeah, you can't miss. But yeah, there's literal passing mechanics in this game now. Not just drop the ball and let someone else pick it up. No, there's literal passing now.
Listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I will play PvP until my thumbs fall off if I had Rift back. They'd be like, is Buster playing Escalation Protocol? No, Rift back.
No, I'm rifting.
What are Jess and Buster play? A Rift. Right.
You put Rift in calm. Buster will have Redrick in about 3 hours.
Yeah. Even if you put it as you put it in the competitive playlist. I don't give a fuck. I'd have the Claymore if Rift was there.
Oh, Rift with no radar. That might be cool.
Oh, God.
Yes. If that happens, Bungie, I'm not even going to say you copied.
Someone clip this and send it to Bungie.
Yeah, please.
Please, Bungie, listen, copy. Please.
I will call Merc. I'll get his number and be like, hey, buddy.
We need you to speak in someone's ear.
Hey, man.
Whose palms do I have to grease to get Rift back?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's the first thing I thought. Just seeing this ball being chucked and passed across this friggin' expanse is Rift would be amazing with that.
Yeah. Picking up the ball the first time, I think I actually said, man, I really miss Rift. When I picked up and I threw it at the you throw it at the crystal. I'm like, throw it at the crystal. And you're like,
tossing it at people. It's like, no. You throw it at the crystal.
I was like, man, I fucking miss Rift. And you're like, right?
Yeah.
Right, buddy? I'm like, yeah.
I'm actually also legitimately surprised, and also, of course, no one else notices it. But this is the first time we actually have a ball sphere thing that has a different texture on it. It's not just a Rift ball. It's literally a different ball, for smashing those crystals.
I feel like I've seen it before.
It's possible, but it's not the Rift. No.
It's not a spark of light.
Exactly. It's not that for once.
Yeah. It's actually I think it's a chunk of hive crystal, right?
It's something. I can't remember what.
Yeah,
it looks like a ball. It almost looks like a soccer ball, to be honest. Or a basketball. Yeah, they have something. But yeah, either way.
Sports.
Or a football for you across the ponders.
No, soccer.
I mean, yeah, it is, but yeah, whatever. Yeah. I still use soccer, and I use it unapologetically because, as I have read, we didn't even start calling it soccer. That was actually the British that started calling it soccer, and then they started calling it football for some reason. It's like they went back on what they even coined.
No gipsies backsies.
Yeah, I know, right? The only difference is we actually still call it soccer. But yeah. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, screw it. Because that's actually one hilarious thing. It's there are a lot of people on YouTube or whatever that, they have an international audience is oh yeah, this soccer, oh, sorry, football. It's why are you apologizing? It's not like you made the word for it.
That's one thing. Even people in America that are really into soccer, they correct you all the time. They're like, it's not soccer, it's football.
It's no, football is a different ball.
Yeah, I'm I don't see pads and a helmet, and it's not football.
Also, don't be a pretentious prick.
Exactly. Again, we didn't make the word. It's how we use it. If I changed it now, it would be utterly confusing because then they have to change football's name. Yeah. What do you call it other than football?
Yeah, I mean, I call it sports ball. I call everything sports ball, but...
Okay, I just want to point out, we went from talking about Raid Layer to Riff to sports ball.
Welcome to RNG.
Yeah, that's, I mean... Classic. 104 episodes in, you think you wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure this isn't the weirdest transitions we've had on the show.
No, but
Well, because
hard
Rift is
left and right. And,
oh yeah.
Well, because Rift is the closest thing to a sport that I like. That's not a joke. That's not a joke either. Like that's not me being that's not me living in hyperbole. Riftball. I will play. Yeah.
I'm saying blitzball from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. No, I like all fantasy sports. I just don't like real sports.
Fair. Which reminds me of a game I used to love. It was an old PC game done by Activision back in the day. I think it was called Hyperblade. And what it was like super futuristic hockey, sort of, but everything was really weird. It's like, imagine basically almost like a half pipe. Mm-hmm. Because that's kind of how the field went, was this basically giant half pipe. You technically skated across the surface of it. You have this giant, basically forearm blade attached to your arm because that's what actually picks up the ball and magnetizes. But half of the game is also beating the holy crap out of the enemy team. And there's 4... It might only be 2 people on the field plus a goalie. But you can maim, dismember, and kill people on the other team.
So it's like High-Lie?
And they had a movie. There was actually a movie. I think it was called Future Sport or something like that. That was partially based off.
It sounds like a terrible movie that we would watch for RNGT3K.
Yep, it was Hyperblade. Oh, yeah, I remember that game very fondly because I played the holy crap out of it. And that was also one of the few computer games that you can that the soundtrack was actually tracks. So you could put it in the CD player, and you had to skip to track 2 because track 1 was the data of the game, so it gave this weird feedback noise. But yeah, as soon as you went to track 2 and beyond, it was the soundtrack of the game.
Hey, Des, would you like to know the cast of Future Sport?
Oh, Future Sport. Oh, I know it had what's-his-face from Sliders.
Has Wesley Snipes, Dean Cain, Vanessa Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
It actually had a pretty, all-star cast.
Yeah. You had Blade in it. What happened to you, Wesley? The tax man came and knocked on your door and said, you gotta pay your taxes. And he was like, I gotta do a shitty movie called Future Sport, apparently.
Tax man.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah, a lot of that movie just reminded me a lot about Wikipedia has little to no description on this thing. That's hilarious. But yeah, it just reminded me a lot of Hyperblade, just not quite so high budget, basically. But yeah, a lot of that, those plot points reminded me of Hyperblade. But yeah, Hyperblade was that was back when Activision weren't douchebags. I mean, what?
What happened? Cut the mic. Cut his mic.
Don't stop him. But released in 1996. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. And it was awful. It was awful polygonal 3D graphics too. It was. Oh, it was also released for the original PlayStation. Okay, I was a PC kid at that point in time, so. Oh, but yeah, it was actually a really fun game because, like I said, it was one of the prosthetics and crap was actually allowed up to a certain point. So certain teams were literally stronger because they had these cybernetic prosthetic limbs.
Jesus Christ!
And in this future world, Texas was its own nation.
Well,
Like literally, it was actually its own like seceded like nation.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, it was like super weird because it was one of those games like it was just so weird because it had like such like backstory and stuff to it, and like I said, the fact that country Texas. Wait, what? Texas isn't a country. Like the best team, like the champion team, was Jamaicans. I mean, fair.
Well, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it was just a really cool game. So, oh yeah, steroids were legal in this thing. Oh god, yeah, it was great. Like I said, the entire story and like just gameplay was just great. That's something I wish they would remake. But sadly, I guess I never really had a following.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Des, I think like you played it.
Like nobody else.
No one else played it. It was this one guy is playing the shit out of this game, guys. Who is it? I don't know.
Oh, and the fact that killing other teammates actually gave you an advantage because you could literally kill both of the mobile players on a team, and it's basically just your team versus their goalie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was such a fun game.
So, did you, have you guys played anything else?
I haven't, man.
No, Destiny has taken over my life once again.
Yeah, it's... Like I said, I went hardcore into these resonant stems and like finding and tracking down these nodes. Like I could probably be about 360 lightish, maybe.
Nice.
But the max light on my hunter is like 352. Like I said, I could probably get close to 360 if I put forth more effort than tracking down freaking sleeper nodes for no real reason.
Oh, I have a reason for doing it.
Yeah,
it's called the Brain Tech. It's called the no, fuck that. It's called the Brain Tech Winter Wolf. It's called the Winter Wolf. I own a wolf. I need the wolf is in the game. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Yeah, that's been taking that time.
Yeah. Well, Des, it's that time for me to just let you know that in Paladins, I know Paladins warning. They brought back the Galactic chest again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they added Lex and Leanne. They have a skin as well as the other 3 or 4.
Yeah, I haven't even played that. Like, I know they released a release patch.
Yeah.
To fix a few things, and they pretty much laid out their new plan for the games. Like these bug fix and balance patches are going to happen more often, and then the content patches are going to be a little more spread out.
Yeah, I haven't picked up since Warmind came out, so I'm in the same boat as you, buddy.
Yeah, I at least want to play and get the battle pass enough to get the Ruckus skin because I have to have that Ruckus skin. I'd be okay with missing out for I'll miss out on the Geno skin even though I really like it. I have Demon.
Yeah,
so I'm cool, but yeah, I really want to play enough and get enough of that to get the Rekka skin, which they also added the Battle Pass challenges to help you get through Battle Pass levels faster. So those are implemented in the game now, thanks to their recent patch. Yeah. So getting through the Battle Pass will be a little easier.
So Paladins is full release now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is official release now.
Is it still free to play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they still have the free champions, rotating champions, and like I say, you technically can't get the Founders Pack, but they still have a Champions Pack to unlock everything. Because literally the Founders, like I said, they did pretty much what I had mentioned. It's like, yeah, they got rid of the Founders Pack because it's not going to be in beta. And Sure enough. But then they have a season, like a digital deluxe, which would give you the Founders Pack, and there's a separate pack to get it's like a season pass for the battle passes. And like there's a digital deluxe that has both of those bundles. So
I mean, the battle pass is also pretty cheap.
It's not. It's
500.
Yeah, because it gives you access to. Well, I mean, the battle pass itself is 500 crystals, but the season pass for 3 battle passes is like $30 or $40.
Mm-hmm. So it's got to be about $10 a season.
Yeah, about $10 a season.
On par with what Fortnite's doing.
Yeah, and that gives you the capability of getting the cool skins in the battle pass seasons. But they still do have like some free things that you can get outside of that.
So there's no way to buy the skins you
want? That is one of the slight issues, is the fact that, there's no good way of buying, like individually buying certain skins. Like, of course they're going to have like events and things, and so far a lot of the chests that have cool skins, it's like Overwatch essentially, except there's fewer direct buy options.
Yeah, I don't play Overwatch either. So.
But yeah, so it's basically chests, and then you have a RNG shot of getting the skin you want, which is unfortunate. That is my least favorite part about Paladins.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if they would take Fortnite's idea of, having a rotating stock weekly of skins.
Not quite weekly, but every major update they do have certain like skins and things that do go for sale for direct crystal purchase.
Okay.
Which they have been doing that for a while.
I just wanted to bring that up before.
Yeah, for sure.
There are some people who play it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's official release. And if you played any point in time in the beta, you got like 200 free crystals. Upon release, I think you still have a couple weeks to have played it, like to log in and claim that. Because I think it's like the end of this month that offer goes away.
Yeah.
But or even if you just freshly downloaded it, maybe, I don't know. But
if you played it while it was in beta, and then you play it during like the first 2 weeks of release or the first month of release, you get 200 free crystals, which is
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, it's not a lot of crystals, but I mean, they didn't have to give you crap.
Battle Pass, you said was 500.
Yeah, Battle Pass.
That's almost half of a Battle Pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and it's like, because I think, oh god, let me see if I can actually look up their crystal prices from the store. I didn't actually like go through the process of like loading in. 200 crystals is $5.
Yeah. So if you had, and you get crystals for logging in every day.
Oh yeah. Like, well, milestone days.
Yeah.
Like the 6th and 7th day give you crystals. As login bonuses. Actually, the cool thing though, buying the Battle Pass Season Pass gives you 1,500 free crystals. Mm-hmm. And 1,500 crystals is like $25. So like, roughly half of that purchase is literally like buying the crystals, and then you get Battle Pass crap. Which that's actually kind of like that deal. The fact that you can just season pass it and actually just get a crap ton of crystals. But yeah. I have started watching a new show though.
What?
That my wife found, which apparently isn't that new, but it's called Black Mirror.
Okay, yeah.
Oh god,
I've seen this show's
freaking crazy, man. It's it basically reminds me of like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits. Mm-hmm. Because for those who don't know, each episode is self-contained, so you could literally watch any episode at any point in time, and it doesn't matter because they're all self-contained stories. But they do have like a slightly overarching theme, slightly. It's basically a set era, pretty much.
It kind of sounds like Doctor Who or Torchwood. Like, you can watch the episode by itself, but it's better to do
no,
not
at all.
Not at all.
You don't even have to. Yeah, you don't have to watch it in order at all. There's literally no characters are the same from episode to episode. It is literally like Twilight Zone and Outer Limits. it's like
I think it's the same
cast.
with I think they have different directors for
Yeah,
episodes as well.
Yeah.
I must be thinking of a different show then.
Might be, but yeah, it's like super cool because they explore some weird stuff, man. Like holy crap! But so far, I like pretty much every episode I've seen. I'm on season 3.
Okay.
But of course, that's not saying much because season 1 only has 3 episodes. Season 2 has like 4, and then season 3 and 4 have 6 episodes. So it's not even that much of a binge, but it's pretty good. It's pretty
Are they
good.
hour-and-a-half episodes?
Hour-ish, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, they're like I said, they're definitely chunky, but yeah.
That is a British TV show, right?
A lot of it, it's a mixed cast. Yeah, it's a mixed cast. Like, a lot of the earlier ones seem to have a more British-based cast, but some of, like, season 3 and season 4 definitely have more of a mixed cast than the biggest ones. So, yeah, it did seem like a British show at first, but, like I said,
I
seems more.
swear there's a show by the same name on the BBC.
I mean, it could be. It's possible. Black Mirror.
Yeah.
TV series from 2011.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's British. It's British based. Yeah. Yeah, it was on British TV, Channel 4.
It says there's 19 episodes.
Ah.
That's not to be right.
Okay, Netflix bought it from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black Mirror was inspired by older anthology shows like The Twilight Zone.
Yeah. You can see the Twilight Zone all over it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But they explore things that Twilight Zone didn't even really touch on. Like, oh, my God. But, so yeah, it was a British-run show, but then Netflix bought it, and that explains why season 3 and 4 seem more of a mixed cast than the original.
I've seen maybe two or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a good one. Was the ones I saw. So, I got a question, guys. How did you guys like this show on NBC, the Constantine series?
I loved it.
Actually, I hadn't seen it.
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you for under your breath going, what? Like, I feel the same way.
Travesty.
Yeah.
I don't watch cable. If it was on cable, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well,
that's why I really like the Netflix series of Marvel shows, because it's not cable at all. That's why I fell off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because, I mean, it just takes so long to get to... I just don't like cable.
I didn't even make it through season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
First season is definitely rough, but it actually gets pretty good though.
I was gonna say Daisy.
Now
helps.
I don't know anything about the newer ones, but basically 2, 3, and 4 were pretty good. But anything beyond that, I don't know, because I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, you can probably find it online now. It's a 13-episode run.
You have to buy it from iTunes, Amazon, something like that. It's all $20.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Like, I got an app for it to look up stuff.
Okay. Well, fair.
But I had heard they were looking to bring it back.
Well, as you guys know, you guys, I went to the Wizard World Comic-Con in Philadelphia today and yesterday, and Matt Ryan was there, the actor who plays John Constantine in that series. He has actually been picked up now to be a cast member of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The CW show, so you'll get to watch him a lot more, and it's always fun. But someone asked him a question on Q&A. He was like, what character would you think, would you like to act opposite of, in a DC show being John Constantine? And he went, I just think having a scene with Joker would be an amazing thing with John Constantine, because Joker would just try to get in his head and be all crazy, and John would just be like, "You want to go for a drink? You want to have a cigarette? This is awesome." And I just laughed because he was like, "Yeah, I could see that actually being the case, because John Constantine being magic and being around demons just
for sure
seems a fit."
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do love the character. I mean, that, and I do think it is one of Keanu Reeves, still one of his best movies ever.
He plays Constantine, Legends of Tomorrow, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Okay, I'm going to go watch that now.
You just watched the last episode of the 3rd season. I'll save you it. I'll just save you some time. He shows up in the finale.
Says he's got 24 episodes of it.
Really?
Yeah. Season. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 since 2017, and then a bunch that haven't released yet with like season 4.
No, that's probably where the most of his appearances are then.
But yeah, there's 4 since 1 in 2017 and 3 in 2018.
Okay, so maybe the last 4 episodes. I just caught the last one. Didn't say I was perfect, folks. But yeah, that the con was fun. Like, we went, but the guys, the couple we went with as well, we went out to dinner with, and they were like, let's go out to this restaurant. It's a ramen restaurant. I'm like, cool. So as a joke, I'm calling it Ichiraku Ramen from Naruto.
Fair.
Right? Thank you. And they just started, they were laughing. I'm like, why are you guys laughing? They're like, you'll see. And I'm like, all right. I walk in, and these people know their demographic. there is a Naruto painted, like chalkboard painted on the menu board of him eating ramen. There is a mural of him and the gang eating ramen. The ramen is amazing. I'll just say that right now. It was the 4 of us, my girlfriend, her friend, her fiance, and, us. We ate, and I literally said, and I'm going to say this verbatim what I said. I ate the ramen. I ate the sushi roll. I looked around. I said, they had drinks named after the characters of Naruto. Yeah.
Makes sense.
They know their shit, right? I literally looked around and said, oh man, I'm going to regret saying this on cast, but fuck it, right? I was like, hey, if Dick tasted like that, I'd have bruised knees. And my girlfriend looked at me, and I'm like, oh boy, she's about to say some shit. And she's like, if Dick tasted like that, you smile a lot more. And I'm like, fair. That's fair. I'm like, the only thing I could do was clap. I was like, okay, you win that one. That battle is yours.
Touche.
Yeah,
and now I shut up.
And now I put this in my pocket. But yeah, I mean, that's basically why we're recording late night, because if everybody doesn't realize, it's late night for us. Awful silly times happening.
Yeah.
But, at least I told everybody ahead of time, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Days and numbers, man. Days and numbers.
It had a slightly better warning, but, I mean, you did give a warning this time.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And I kept...
It's progress. It's progress.
But, so what have you guys... I mean, has anybody seen Deadpool 2 yet?
No.
I want to go see it so bad.
Okay.
I've heard so many... Because, hilariously, for anybody that follows the big YouTube gamers, such as Jacksepticeye, he was actually able to play the Deadpool game with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That is because, of course, it was like a promotion thing for the movie, but the fact that he was able to actually sit down like on a couch next to Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, talking about them. There's no spoiler talk or anything, but just like general feels of the movie. So it's kind of like an interview-ish type deal, but it is downright hilarious because Jack is kind of a bustery individual, and the fact that he can think of some crazy things to say, and several times in his videos he'll say something like, "Oh God, why did I say that?"
Did you just use me as an adjective?
Yes, for sure.
I've never been more honored in my life.
But so yeah, just getting like that type of personality, like with Ryan Reynolds, which as a person is just hilarious. It's a really good watch, but yeah. So just coming from that, I have some like really cool feelings about Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I think the missus and I think the missus agreed that this week we'll go see it. You know, being on vacation and all. So I'm like, yeah, cool. How about Wednesday when there's not a lot of people? Because I don't like having people near me, which made going to Q&As and panels really fun. Let me just tell you.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, there's a place for people that don't like being around people.
Yeah. But I had the greatest idea because, I mean, everybody knows Pete looks like a wolf. And my girlfriend looks at me and goes, "We need to get Pete, qualified and service trained." And I'm like, "Yeah, we definitely do." And she's like, "No, bitch, you'd be the best Jon Snow here. You'd actually have a wolf." And I'm like, "I would have a wolf." And then I looked at her, I was like, "Did you just call me a bitch?" And she's like, "Yeah, I had to. The only way to get your attention." I'm like, touche.
Again, fair.
So I forget what I was watching earlier today. Or no, I was watching a stream and they were talking about it. Someone went to, I think, the same Comic-Con. And they asked, apparently there's an epidemic with people smelling like shit at those.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes me wonder, Buster, did you notice anything odd?
I mean, like odd smelling or just half-naked people? Because there was a lot of
odd smelling. Half-naked people.
I mean, we rode the train over, so of course that smells like pee. Like, we walked into the train station, I was like, somebody definitely pissed here. I'm just letting you know. Somebody definitely pissed in this area. I mean, guys that were like, I saw a gizmo duck that had a like one of the little wheelie boards, the motor boards.
The hoverboards?
Yeah, the hoverboards taped to his fucking feet.
Oh.
I'm like, that's yeah, I was like, dude, that's pretty awesome. I saw a Hell, like, a woman just like the character Hell from
Norse mythology.
Yeah, well, Norse mythology, but it was the one from the more accurately from the movie, from the Thor Ragnarok movie. And I was like,
Helena?
Yeah, Hela.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh man, that's incredible. And even my girlfriend was like, that's probably really the most impressive thing I've seen. And I was like, it is actually really, really good. And she was like, it is. I've seen, there's like a lot of weird ones. There's a werewolf guy dressed like a werewolf, and he definitely smelled like he pooped his pants or pissed himself. And then I asked him, I was like, can you go to the bathroom in there? And he kind of just shrugged his shoulders. And I'm like, not the answer I wanted you to give me. But I mean, I guess it happens. If it happens, it happens, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty, it's a thing, I guess. A lot of half-naked people. By half-naked people, I mean women. A lot of super half-naked women. A lot of Harley Quinns.
Oh yeah.
All in all, it's just a super fun time, guys. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like those people, or those women in Halloween that just use it as an excuse to, like, wear as few clothes as possible. Yes, I'm looking at you people that buy a sexy nurse outfit just because.
when I look good in it.
I mean, thank you. I'll say thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. Don't let Dez get you thinking that we don't appreciate you, because we do. We appreciate you.
Not really.
Well, Dez,
like, have standards. Good God, come on. Like, actually, have some self-worth. That's a legitimate subject I'm not touching.
Cut his mic.
Yeah.
Cut it.
No, look, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But either way, it's like, come on.
Everybody should go there once. That's how I look. It was just hilarious because she, there was a couple other people with service dogs there. Actually, not in cosplay, just with service dogs, and she. Like, my girlfriend looked at me, and I looked at her, and she's like, we need to get PP certified. And I'm like, I know we do. Like, we need to get on it. And we just got him fixed, so he has a cone on his head. He just looks hilarious. And she goes, no. And she literally said, no, bitch. You'd be the best Jon Snow ever. And I was like, they would announce it that the winner would be Jon Snow with the wolf. And I'm like, yeah. And I mean, we just put armor... I'd have his vest. He'd have to wear his vest, to signify him being a service dog. But all that needs to be shown is the patch with the number. I could put armor on him.
Yeah.
So, little things to think about. There's a lot of fun stuff. I bought way too many pops. No, I bought way too many pops. I bought like 7. A shit ton of artwork. Do you guys remember the Conan cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got that on DVD because I walked by it and I was like, hello. like, have you ever seen something and just stop dead? Like, your body would not let you go past that point? Okay, Okay, I was saying, am I the only one? Okay, I'm the only one. I'm on Lonely Island. Okay. Yeah, I walked and I just saw it and I was like, hello there. And I grabbed it and dude was like, good choice. I'm like, how much is this? I don't care. Give it to me. And he laughed and then, my girlfriend was like, well, what about me? And I'm like, here's Cat Dog. And she's like, you win. So.
Okay, so speaking of the pops, it makes me think of that. Did you see the reboot of Thundercats they're doing? Thundercats Roar.
God damn it, I'm so mad about this.
Yeah.
Stop that. If I could turn my camera on without tanking this, I would let you guys, I would do it let you guys see my face. But here comes a rant, okay? Stop taking shit that has roots in our lives and putting your finger in its butt. Okay? Teen Titans was great. Teen Titans Go. You went crazy. Okay? Thundercats is great. The remake of Thundercats, when they did with the American anime style, was good. It was good. You didn't need to make it that weird. Like, I like Steven Universe. I love Steven Universe. I don't need Thundercats and Steven Universe's
that's like
style. No.
That's like my biggest issue is like you're taking something that actually has like a legacy, like rooted. I mean, Thundercats, while being an American production, was animated by the studio that would move on to become Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
So, and then, like you said, the remake was a great animated style. I mean, I liked it because, I mean, yes, it was very different, but at the same time, I mean, that's to be expected. But it was still a great animation style. Mm-hmm. And that reboot of a series gets massive bonus points for having the original voice of Lion-O as Lion-O's father.
Yeah.
It's like, Lion-O's voice actor is now King Claudius? Fair. That's bonus points. You're acknowledging the history of the show, and then you're going to put this out. I had not been, like, I've said before, I've gotten better about my nerd culture and, like, tolerance for it. I haven't gotten this upset about a thing since X-Men 3 Last Stand.
It's very precise, folks.
And, I mean, a lot of people won't know this, but my wife knows because, all right, I'm a Marvel movie guy because Marvel comics were my jam when I was a kid. And I had bought every X-Men movie, like on DVD, or, at the time. It was X-Men 1, X-Men 2. I refused to buy X-Men 3. Even after, like, First Class and crap, I refused to buy X-Men 3. When my wife brought that DVD home, it's like, oh, it's only like, a few bucks. And it's like, why? Why did you buy that piece of crap? But I've come to terms with it. And I had thought I'd gotten better. Until this man in his chat showed us this.
By the way, it was BurningWing, if you guys couldn't put it together.
It was, yes.
You killed a piece of me. Like I said, I'd be okay with it. I mean, it's like, why is it the Cartoon Network is becoming such douchebags about these? And why is it like Adult Swim is becoming like the cartoon savior? Like for finishing Samurai Jack and from what I hear, possibly finishing the original Teen Titans?
Yeah, no, that's coming back.
No, yeah,
Teen Titans,
it's coming back, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying, but that's Adult Swim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Adult Swim.
So why is it Adult Swim, the people that brought us the gloriousness, huge massive air quotes here, of like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Squid Bellies? Yes, I did like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Still a dumb show.
I'm about to say, we all know.
Oh, it's a dumb show.
It's super dumb.
It's a dumb show.
Yeah, we're not going to play like it's not dumb.
Yeah.
C-Lab
It was
2020.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, they were good, but really dumb shows. I mean, Squidbillies for me is debatable. It's like I told my wife. It's actually a good thing I knew those people, like knew the William Street office where Adult Swim is based. He's in Atlanta. Or else I might have been mad about their stereotypicalness of Georgia hillbillies. But they're from Georgia, so fair enough. But yeah, this, like, Cartoon Network just does not know. Like, Burning posted this. I played it. I couldn't even say anything. I just put frowny emoji. It's like, oh my God. I have no words. That's just the best I can do right now. I didn't even listen to it. I had no audio to it. I just saw the animation style. I was like, oh.
It's worse.
I pretty much did the same thing. I came across it on Twitter, saw what it was, and about threw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
I said no, gods, no.
I mean, it's done, so it's like I told my wife, I'm not gonna be mad that it's there. And I really hate doing this because I know that's jobs and crap, but I really hope that fails. Like, hard. Because, I mean, not even the freaking Thundercats reboot was good. Lasted, like, beyond season 1 or 2.
Just one.
Which is a shame.
Just one.
Because it should have at least had a, it should have had more. It was good. It went some weird places in the original Thundercats, but it was still, like, it's like at the moment, the original Thundercats actually has like some deep-seated stuff in the fact that Lino, with being in hypersleep and pod malfunctioning, he's literally like a teenage boy that wakes up. It's like Big, essentially. Mm-hmm. He's a teenage boy in the body of a man. So not only is he having to very quickly learn to become a man, but having to grow up, become a leader, be like Prince Heritage type crap. He's having to learn all this on the fly while being stranded away from his home planet. And then the Thundercats reboot. He's now a kid having to be taught these principles. So, I mean, it wasn't too different. And then this is like, why? It's like, why? It's like Cartoon Network. I really need to talk with these executives because...
It's
what?
funny. because, like you said, the Cartoon Network is doing this. Adult Swim is just a part.
Yeah, they're a part of Cartoon Network, but they're becoming the freaking saviors of. Which reminds me, I still need to finish the last season of Samurai Jack. I've only watched like 3 episodes of it.
It's glorious.
I know, like it starts glorious. It's great. And I can't wait to see what they do with Teen Titans. Like an actual continue it on like Go. Oh, and I saw that Teen Titans Go movie trailer. Oh my god.
Yeah, but the Teen Titans is I think they're doing like the Outsiders Teen Titans, like Superboy, Nightwing, and one of the other original Titans. Starfire. They're older.
Oh, okay.
And they're taking another group of Titans under their wing, so they're like mentors.
Oh, yeah, so that's probably where they're going to bring in. Because I've noticed here recently, I guess it's been kind of a new thing, but like, yeah, Wonder Girl has been being lumped in with Teen Titans a lot here recently. But yeah, that's... like I said, the same people that I was like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, C-Lab 2021, Squidbillies, is now like saving animation.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks a lot, Burning, for bringing having
you killed a part of me.
yeah. A little part of me died screaming and cussing.
Exactly.
I mean, I am known as the troll of the fam, so it brings me a little joy to know I killed a little piece of you, Raven.
It happened. I mean, you finally did it. You found a way to kill a part of me. It took you like 3 years, but by God, you found a way to kill a small part of me.
And actually, after your X-Men 3 rant there, I might be able to produce something else that kills a little piece of you.
God.
Don't challenge him.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Like that's the worst I've felt about anything in media in a long time. And like I said, I didn't even listen to it, and it's like, what is with this art style? Oh, it's. I'm not going to do it again because that's
the art style too.
No, it's like no. But like I said, I ranted at my wife for like 30 or 40 minutes about this. Mm-hmm. Not really rant, but just kept talking about it and bringing it up and talking about it and bringing it up, thinking I was done, and then kept talking about it and bringing it up. It's like, I need to stop. I'm putting too much energy into... Like I said, it's happening, so I can't... That's already done. Like, it's at least getting a season. But if it gets more seasons, then if it gets more than that, I was like...
Yeah, if this gets more than one season, I'm going to be angry.
I mean, I would say I'm going to be angry, but at the same time, I'm really not going to care because I'm probably going to be desensitized to it by then. But it's just going to be tragic if it gets more than one season.
I watched one episode just so I could talk about it.
Oh, like when I didn't even finish that one episode of the reboot?
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. You're right.
It was awful. I couldn't even make it past episode 1.
Pretty bad.
I couldn't do it.
Nope. And then just turned it off.
I was going to give it a try until you guys talked about it. I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I love the original.
I did too. I loved Reboot, but yeah, I couldn't even make it past the first episode. I couldn't even. No, I couldn't.
All right, guys. I think we hit right about 3 hours. It's now almost 2:30 a.m. Eastern. Burning, buddy, thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Killing a little bit of Raven and I.
All right.
It's been my greatest pleasure.
I want to thank you for always being around to drop little topics in. Hey, guys, talk about this. Hey, guys, just let you know, your theme song plays about 3 minutes in underneath you guys talking. That was a fun one. Being there, we appreciate it.
Indeed. It's one of those that have definitely been there.
Yeah.
From day one.
Yeah, you're a day oneer.
I mean, sure, there's a few people still around, but it's like Bird. He still listens. for sure.
I was raiding with him last night. Hello, Burke.
Yeah, Burke's cool.
What's up, Burke?
But yeah, like I said, there's literally not that many that I can remember from the start. That's still like exactly. Which I mean, if you don't actually listen, it's cool too. Because I definitely like weave in and out listening to podcasts myself. So
you guys have always been one I've listened to. But there's been a few others I've kind of dropped off. But
thanks.
Yeah, there's. Yeah, looking at this Discord, like I said, there's not. Because I'm not even 100% sure Holden Court even listens to us anymore. But that's fine.
I don't think Holden Court listens to anything anymore.
I was about to say, that's a busy man. So that's completely understandable.
Flying to Japan and shit.
Well, he got stuck there. His wife had a medical emergency.
Oh.
She's fine, but
that's good.
I think they were just flying back this week, I think.
Well, that explains all of his locations in Japan.
Yeah. They were already going to be over there for, I think, 2 weeks, but I think he had to stay an extra week because of the emergency.
But yeah, so, like I said, I know there's probably a few more, but again, I have a horrible memory, guys. That is probably people I don't quite play with as much as I'd like. But somehow I keep crossing paths with Burning. Like, we used to both be night shift, and because we were just talking about it recently, it's like, yeah, we used to both hang out on night shift, and now that I found a day job, hey, guess who's also on days? And still has, like, the same activity cycle as me. This guy. So, yeah. I somehow always cross paths with Burning.
I'm always around.
Yeah.
Well, Bernie, why don't you tell everybody else where they can find you if they want to see you ruin our days in maybe the RNG Discord or on Twitter.
All right. Well, you can find me at Burning Jorts. That was especially designed for God Turkey. You can find me in Discords, multiple Discords at BurningWing 0, or in the DRP as the unbannable BurningWing 0. I'm on Twitch. I don't stream that often because of my potato net. Shout out to Biz for calling it Somalia. But it's also BurningWing 0 with an extra 0. So 2 zeros. And that's it.
Indeed. This is your boy Raven. You can find me as always on Twitter at DES_Raven, where you can find pinned as normal, pinned to the top. The Featherstone, the Index, whatever. And yeah, it's still officially Featherstone. I haven't Featherstone, Bird Rock, whatever. Either way, it's still called Featherstone. So that's that thing. But yeah, and pretty soon, sometime as this episode launches, or shortly thereafter, hopefully before our next recording, I'll post up the new report. And my brain's starting to shut down, so I don't want to ramble. It's getting hard to think about things. But yeah, that's it.
And I'm Sleepy Buster. You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. I have the same tag on Xbox. If you want to friend me on Xbox, send it to BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. PSN is BlisterLister113. I would love to play some Destiny 2 with you. Just send me a message saying, hey, I'm a listener of the RNGCast, and not some random person sending random people messages. You can find this podcast, the RNGCast, at the RNGCast on Twitter. Email the RNGCast at gmail.com. And we have a Patreon, and BurningWing is a member of our Patreon, so he can vouch for the stuff we put out. We do 2 podcast bonuses a month for any tier, and we watch terrible movies that they suggest or we find, and do Mystery Science Theater-esque commentary over Burning. Have you listened?
Still waiting for mine.
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep.
All right.
The only redeeming fact. I mean, I would say just because it has Bruce Campbell, it surely is not a terrible movie, but it's Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I think you'll be surprised. But
I think you'll be surprised because you're watching it with us.
I've seen it several times. We've sent you the picture.
I know.
I don't know. That still doesn't vouch for its taste because I mean, after all, this is you. So I mean,
yeah.
That does not reassure me whatsoever.
Nor should it.
Patreon.com/the RNGCast. We don't require, but if you do decide to pledge, we appreciate it, and we watch terrible movies for your enjoyment. And that being said, this is episode 104 of the RNGCast. I'm super sleepy, and we're out.
Later, man.
See y'all next week.
Thank you, I don't have to do it. God damn it.